Go and steal
6 different occasions, she would always go to get banana chips, and she loves banana chips, man.
At different stores, too. And she even admits, she's like, it's stupid. It's not worth losing my job and going to jail over it, but I don't know why I did it.
I need to get off banana chips. But she looked like she'd eat them all.
Hey, man, let me...
I mean, she had a plan.
She didn't, though. That's the weird thing. It's that she wasn't eating the chips. They found the doggone chips.
They found a lot of them.
At least several bags of them, yeah.
She probably eats other things, too, obviously.
And it is. I mean, you can't... Jesus. Sorry. Damn, man.
They said, well, did you read the bottom of that? She was like between 280 and 360. They didn't know.
Miles.
They did. That was the cop statement.
Damn.
When they were looking for her.
That she looks like she needs the chips?
When they put out the APB on this woman, they had between, like, it was 280. It was 3 something. That's what they were looking for.
When you're asking for the public.
This is a very large person stealing banana chips. Exactly. We have her on camera.
But just in case
everybody sit an offensive lineman eat banana chips. Exactly. A lady lineman.
Looks like her name would be Bertha.
Yeah. That was the description of it. And they caught her, so they were right.
The Fun King brought an old dusty clock, but he said the clock rings lock. So the Sofa King bought grease for the funky rings to release. With the grease upon the ring, slipped the clock ring for the king.
3 times fast.
The Fun King bought an old dusty clock, but he said the clock rings lock. So the Sofa King bought grease for the funky rings to release. With the grease upon the ring, slipped the clock rock for the king.
1.
The Fun King bought an old dusty clock, but he said the clock rings lock. So the Sofa King bought grease for the funky rings to release. With the grease upon the ring, slipped the clock rock for the king.
2.
The Fun King brought an old dusty clock, but he said the clock rings lock. So the Sofa King bought grease for the funky rings to release. With the grease upon the ring, slipped the clock ring for the king.
Oh!
The Yanks are coming!
There we go. More dad jokes. My sex drive is incredible.
Oh, yeah?
Girl lives 90 miles away. I told my wife that our neighbor had died. And she said, "Who, Ray?" I said, "Too soon to celebrate like that." I went in for a Brazilian wax, but the technician didn't finish.
No?
It's a half-assed job. I'm going to finish these dad jokes. How do blind people know when they're done wiping?
I don't know.
That was just a question. And finally, what do my genitals in the 70s have in common? What do my genitals in the 70s have in common?
I don't know.
Both are funky.
Oh, wow.
No!
Damn. I'll steal food drunken from my roommates.
Yeah. If you were
Not
my
at work.
roommate, Jackie, we're roommates.
Yeah,
I absolutely
fine.
would eat your ass. There is no question about it. But at work, I do give people because look, sometimes there's something really nice in that fridge over there, and I'm like, man, I want to eat it, but I'm not.
Did you ever eat that string cheese?
No, it all went bad. It's the whole goddamn
That
package.
pisses you off, doesn't it?
Right now, it's still
Because
pissing me off.
if you're just eating it, it would have been eaten. But
it
instead
wasn't
you
open.
didn't eat
and
it.
Taryn is very nice. She'll bring in like packs of string cheese.
Yeah.
And she's like, dude, if you want one, just take one. I'm like, cool. But this one remained unopened. And I checked with Taryn. Taryn was like, they're not mine. And then I kept checking and I kept telling Mike, I'm just going to eat them. And I didn't. And then they went out of date. And I was like, well, now nobody gets them.
Mm-hmm. Our question, how did food get you in trouble? 206-803-ROCK.
It's a travesty.
It is. There were some fish and chips that were in there. There's a goddamn spring roll. It's been there for 2 days.
It's Friday, bro. I say you can take it.
Well, it's one of the clear rice paper ones.
Never mind.
Yeah, like, look, if you're going to be healthy, at least finish your meal.
Yeah, for me it's very easy. 46 is not old because I'm 57.
Yeah, and if you had to pause your girlfriends in her life, it was probably 4 6s.
Yeah. Oh, 6 4s. Yeah.
What'd you rather have?
6 4s?
Or 4 6s? Quality over quantity.
Yeah, listen, I will take these 6 4s. They're too close to each other. So it's like you might as well have 6 sexual partners, you know. 10 ones or 110?
That 110.
Yeah, I've never had one.
Hi, guys. Never had 10, you know. Couple of ones.
Oh, my ear.
Yeah, I'm on a 500 kind of guy.
Maybe when I was younger.
Hi, guys. That's the first time. My dad always wanted a Porsche. And I always said, well, why didn't you get a Porsche? He's like, because I had goddamn kids. I'm like, understood. So when I moved out, he bought a Porsche. And the first one he got
That's why he was building cars in the garage.
yeah, no kid, was the 944. And it was okay, but he finally upgraded to the 911, which is what he always wanted.
Yeah, Porsche people, that's a specific group.
They are.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now he drives a Jeep.
Then the only one you guys didn't bring up, I don't even remember this. Christine?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
from the movie.
Christine, Stephen King, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
The evil car.
The Plymouth Fury.
Yeah, see, there was a ghosty spirit in there.
Let me see that real quick.
I didn't see the movie. I remember all the commercials. I know what it's about. So what? Like, it drove itself, right?
I don't remember
Christine?
if I read the book or if I watched the movie. I don't think I did either. But yeah, there's some sort of demonic spirit that's inside this car, and then like it almost hypnotizes the person that has it. They're like they fall in love with this car. Like this is oh my god, this is
They love the
beautiful.
car.
They don't make most of these.
To the point to where like when he gets a girlfriend and she's sitting in the car, she's like, "Hey, we should leave." He's like, "No, let's sit in the car. Let's just enjoy this car." And then the car eventually gets the girlfriend alone and like almost like chokes her to death just with like some weird essence. I don't know. That's all that I really know of the movie. Like,
Sold.
Christine's a bad car. Yeah, it's a bad car.
I had met a family that would stay at a hotel downtown around Christmas time. It's just something that they did. That was kind of the thing. And so I meet them at the bar downstairs. And because there's a little kid involved, obviously the little kid's not in the bar. They're upstairs in the room. But the mother in this family, I knew that she liked weed. And I'm like, hey, it's weed cake pops. Weed had just got legalized in the state. So it's kind of a big deal. And someone brought them for us. I'm like, dude, you got to try this. It tastes delicious, but it'll get you there. She's like, cool. I'm not going to eat it now. I'll put it up in the room. Nobody thinks about it. Following Monday, as I'm talking to one of these family members, they're like, yeah, that cake pop you gave us? I'm like, oh, how was it? They're like, we don't know because we put it up in the room. And at that time, the girl that ate it was 4 years old, I believe. I said, but we went upstairs to check on the kid because we'd been down at the bar. And when we get there, the kid's sleeping soundly. They're like, we're not worried about it. But when we look at the night table, there's now the empty stem from the cake pop. And we're like, oh my God, this girl just ate this entire cake pop. So I'm like, well, how was she? They said, look, she slept really hard, but they said when she woke up, first thing she said is just like, I am hungry, I am thirsty. Grabbed the glass of water, right? Guzzled the glass of water and then ate like 4 slices of pizza or something. I'm like, okay.
Just one of those things. We're at the house, somebody comes sprinting over and goes, hey man, did you hear he just got stabbed? We're like, at the Rofo? So by the time we ran over,
By the Rofo.
right, he's already getting taken out in the ambulance, and they're like, yeah, like your buddy's in trouble. His lung collapsed. We think he might die. He survived.
Okay.
But yeah, just because he wanted his sandwich made quicker.
Were the cops there, I hope?
The cops were there.
Okay.
I mean, this was the same Royal Farms where, like, I talk about, like, underneath the counter, they couldn't see you, and we would just pocket, like, candy bars and
Yeah.
stuff. So we had been stealing candy bars and little things of potato salad from this place for years. One day we're in there, and some dude from the neighborhood who's not going to Hopkins, he just walks out with 2 cases of candy, and she's like, help, that guy's stealing candy. So me and my buddy sprint out there. He chases him down. We come back in with the cases of candy, and she goes, anything you guys want for free? And we went, no, we couldn't. We couldn't take anything free from this store.
Not legally.
Now with you knowing it.
And now, the men's room legacy continues. Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
And away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4,549. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Hawk. And you are the Men's Room. I'll tell you, today your guess is as good as mine. Categories include Steven Spielberg movies and fast food. We will play Profile This, plus headlines, a Men's Room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Clack, clack.
Drinking it drunk.
All right, here we go. New York McDonald's is sued as a woman claims an Egg McMuffin ruined her life. Meanwhile, the called Spider-Man of Yemen has an interesting way of leaving his wife. Tina's caught in Boston after robbing a kid's lemonade stand. A guy attacks a man with a knife, and a tourist jumps in to lend a hand. And a real estate agent tries to sell a home full of squatters and tons of snakes. Yeah. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, the FIFA World Cup started this past Friday, but for those of us in Seattle and the surrounding area, the first of our World Cup hosting duties began earlier today when Belgium took on Egypt at Lumen Field. Only FIFA is kind of like an HOA or a school principal with no sense of humor. That's why while FIFA is in town, it's not Lumen Field, it's Seattle Stadium. And that's the case for every stadium hosting a World Cup game. Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta is now Atlanta Stadium. Gillette Stadium in Boston is now Boston Stadium, etc. Everyone had to cover up their signage. But look, a lot of people are irritated by it, but frankly, who has not been asked to cover up, change something, or remove something? Like, if you belong to an HOA, you might have to remove certain lawn decorations. You have to have the right color curtains, or even your vehicle if you park it in the wrong place. There's a man in Nevada. He's currently fighting his HOA because he installed security cameras after porch pirates began targeting his home. The thing is, the security cameras work. They stop stealing his crap, and they're still like, you got to take it down. And then there's a disabled veteran. He's fighting his HOA in Florida after he made his driveway handicapped accessible. Because he's handicapped, and he's handicapped accessible. But like, sometimes, I don't know, maybe it's your choice of clothes that get you into trouble. Like, maybe don't wear a Cannibal Corpse shirt to a funeral. And earlier this year, the now defunct Spirit Airlines, they wouldn't let a woman board a flight because her shorts were too short. And again, we're talking about Spirit Airlines, so if they are saying your shorts are short, then they got to be real short. Spirit Airlines was kind of like a rural Kentucky Walmart. Pretty much anything could fly. So when they single you out for your clothes, you've really screwed up. And we got more stories along those lines because we've all been there, right? And maybe it's your clothes because your parents wouldn't let you wear something when you were a teenager, or in my case, had to take a certain poster off of my bedroom wall because it was a little too revealing. Things like that, they happen. But look, whether it was your parents, something that happened as a kid, maybe it was your teacher, maybe it's your life right now. Today's question is inspired by our friends at FIFA. This is what we want to know. Our question brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration. What were you asked to remove, cover up, or get rid of?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram and Men's Room Live. Send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com, and now watch the show live on YouTube at KISW Rock. Yep.
Drinking all that German beer. And so he gets mad. What are you doing with the bag of Doritos, Neil? Oh, he's going off on me. And I kind of was just like, well, I know, I don't need him, First Sergeant. And I tossed him on a table. Well, he did not like that. And so he told me to report to his office, and he slammed the door so hard he broke the glass on the door. And I knew I was in trouble then. And so, yeah, I get a company grade Article 15, which is 1 week's pay for 1 month, 2 weeks of extra duty. And so...
Over a bag of Doritos.
Over a bag of Doritos, exactly. And cut to 2 weeks later, after doing my extra duty, that same first sergeant stopped by my room Saturday morning and saying, Neil, if you and Joey, who's my roommate, don't report down to the day room right now to play spades with me and the CO, you ain't got a hair on your ass. And I know you got beer in that fridge. You got to bring them too. It was like, okay, Top. So me and Joey went down there, and they had rigged the deck that me and Joey thought we had a Boston on the first hand. And so we're calling a Boston, meaning we take every book. And the CO and first sergeant just started laughing, and they said, oh, you ain't got no Boston. We just set the deck up that way, you fools. All right, let's play. And, yeah, that was a pretty cool first sergeant, but our initial meeting was not so fun.
Yeah, I mean, look, I like playing spades.
Yeah.
Part of spades is kind of cheating.
Well, sure.
You know what I mean? Like, do you guys know how to play spades?
Yeah.
Not really.
Oh, so it's a two-man team. But
Right.
generally, if you have two friends, like I had one buddy, we won a lot of games. And when I was a janitor, we played spades at every lunch break.
Yeah.
Right? But you call it your books or whatever. But there's just, generally you would have, me and him would have some weird little eye tick or something just to let him know I had the big joker
Right.
or the little joker.
Okay.
I'm curious, man. What flavor of Doritos were those?
Nacho cheese.
Oh, the
This was
classic.
1990. Yeah, this is 1990. There wasn't a whole lot of variety back then. There was plain taco or nacho cheese.
Did they even still make plain Doritos?
I think
'Cause I
in the
remember-
last
No,
few
because
years,
they were not dusted. They were just basically like,
Yeah.
in the last few years, they re-released them and then might have crushed them again because I think there's just generations like me that are used to nacho cheese.
Because when I grew up, there were plain ass Doritos, which my brother and I hated. Nothing wrong with them. They weren't nacho cheese. And when my parents brought home the nacho cheese Doritos, they were phenomenal. And then when Cool Ranch came out, I was already like 14, 15 years old, and that basically just that took over everything.
yeah. I got in trouble in junior high. Me and three friends, we broke into the junior high, and the main reason was because they used to have a cooler in the kitchen. And anytime there was like an ice cream sandwich sale,
Yeah.
they also had these little milkshakes in there. They had like all kinds of like the things that you would pay a little bit extra for if you wanted to
Sure.
on your school plan. So we knew that those milkshakes were in there, and they were delicious. They're like in a little carton, like a little cardboard carton.
Yeah.
All right. They're fantastic though. So our whole goal was to go in there and get these shakes. Now at this point in time, this has been the first year ever that our school offered breakfast. Because there were a bunch of kids that, and it was complimentary.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of kids that just couldn't afford too much, and they didn't want them to wait till noon to eat, to be alert. And
Sure.
all those things. So, we got free breakfast in the morning. So we go into the kitchen, and there's like a huge 5-quart pot, and it is full of eggs in the refrigerator.
All right.
All right. So we take, as many handfuls as we can, and the kitchen was right beside the gymnasium, and we went and we unloaded. The backboards, the walls, the bleachers. It was anarchy. We egged the entire gym. And this is the same gym that we play basketball in.
How do they know it was you?
Somehow, my buddy Joel told somebody, and I cannot remember, I don't remember who it was, but it was somebody who was friends with somebody who went and told on us.
Right.
So some girl.
That's why you tell no one.
Exactly. And so we all got busted for that. And that was bad because not only I got suspended for 3 days, we had to stay into the summer. We also, to do maintenance work.
Right.
We also had to clean the entire gym. Everything. We had to, not just where the eggs were. We had to wipe everything down.
Sure.
We had a mop that we were standing up on the bleachers to clean the walls because, we threw them up 15, 20, into the gymnasium. The ceiling's 35 feet high.
I can imagine why the staff was pissed.
Yeah, exactly. Now, didn't you get in trouble with your roommate because you ate his chocolate-covered strawberries?
Yeah, DB. He had made some chocolate-covered strawberries.
He made them.
Correct.
Like the man put in the work for Valentine's
Like
Day.
he heated the chocolate and dipped them in there?
Yeah, and then he had like a little pyramid of chocolate covered strawberries. And I was going out. To be honest, I might have been going out to meet you two. Who knows, right? Because this is when I lived in Towson.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Don't eat any." I was like, "Dude, I wouldn't eat any. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day." So I wake up the next morning and he smacked the crap out of me. And he's like, "You ate some of the strawberries." And I said, "I didn't." He's like, "There's chocolate on your face." And the way he had set them when they were warm, the chocolate had hardened.
Yeah.
So you could see where it looked like a giant animal had just ripped out two of them. I was said giant animal.
Yeah.
And there's chocolate on my face.
Do you remember eating them?
No.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, I was, right, in my mind, I was being honest. Like, dude, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Because I came home, clearly opened the fridge and went, "Oh, strawberries."
Mm-hmm.
The best, maybe it's a thing in my family. So my sister, her old roommate, it doesn't matter, but she was a lesbian, right? So she was dating a girl that was in her early 20s.
All right.
And her roommate is probably probably late 30s or 40. I don't know why. My sister had a big, massive issue, right? The girl wasn't like she was 18 or 19, right? She was like 24.
All right.
But she did not like that she was dating somebody that much younger, blah, blah, blah. So my sister goes hang out with my cousin Tom. He's a Niners fan. They lose another Super Bowl or something, but they are just hammering liquor.
All right.
This girl drives over with her girlfriend to pick my sister up. My sister on the way home decides in this drunken stupor to tell them everything she thinks and does not approve of this relationship. So as if this isn't bad enough. And then the next morning, the girlfriend has already left. Her roommate's like, "We're not even going to talk. I'm so mad."
Right.
And then she's like, "And go look in the fridge." And apparently there's just two hunks out of a cake.
Oh.
Because she had a birthday cake for this girl. And I think my sister literally ripped.
What is it with your family?
And at least I picked off the strawberries. But can you imagine seeing and this is after you've already insulted these people, then you ate their cake.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I remember years ago, man, actually it was my old band's first gig ever. It was at my buddy's high school. They had a talent show, right? And I guess they did this talent show every year. It's a different high school than the one I went to. But anyway, they had a talent show. So people are doing different things. But our band got to play 2 or 3 songs. We were very excited, had a great time. And it was a Friday night and a Saturday night. So Saturday night, we play again. Actually, the first night, we played 2 songs. And whoever the teacher was that organized this, it's like, you know what? You guys can go ahead and play 3, right? Validation in high school. So cool. We played our stuff. People were responsive, whatever. But at the end of this thing, all the parents go home, but everyone that had been a part of this talent show, whatever the talent was, we're now just partying as high school kids do, but we get to do it at the school. And essentially, they were like, "Look, just don't be stupid. Be careful." And for the most part, everyone was. But me and my buddy Tony, so they were playing, we basically had a DJ running all the sound through our band equipment, so it's super loud, and everyone's now dancing on the stage that we had been performing on earlier. Above the stage, there's a catwalk where they do all the lights and stuff. So me and Tony climbed up there because we just thought, that's fun. I've never been up there. And it is pretty cool. The view, we're looking down.
Yeah.
And again, all we see are all the students dancing, the music's playing. Well, we had gone up there with a bag of Lay's potato chips. And we didn't think much of it, but we started grinding up on our hands and raining it down on the people that are dancing. And they're all about it, right? Yeah, people trying to catch it in their mouth. It's just a good, stupid time. What we did not think about or realize is how greasy Lay's potato chips are, man. So this girl ended up slipping in essentially the big grease stain that we left on the stage, and you could see it, but we still didn't realize it'd be that slippery. This girl was dancing, slipped in Lay's potato chip grease, face first onto the wooden stage. And I mean, the music stopped, and now everyone's looking up and they look angry. And I'm like, 2 seconds ago, you guys were catching these chips in your mouth. We did not do this on purpose. She messed herself up pretty bad. She had to leave by ambulance.
Damn.
Yeah, and this is toward the end of the school year, so I don't know what happened to her. I'm pretty sure she didn't die or anything, but I just remember it was very uncomfortable. Everyone was mad at us. And I'm like, guys, honest to God.
How long do you think it took her to eat a Lay's chip?
She probably still doesn't eat them now. I bet you anytime you bring up Lay's, she's like, I got a story for you.
What about your buddy who got stabbed? Well, I know you got a ton of these.
I do. All right. So again, living in Baltimore, right? We've talked about it before. Royal Farms.
Yeah.
So it's like a gas station / convenience store, but they're kind of famous because they fry their chicken in house.
And it's delicious.
They make their subs to order.
They make their subs to order. Nowadays, when I go back there to visit, they have a little like
Kiosk thing that you
kiosk, or they just have a little thing that already has like little chicken sandwiches
Yes.
ready. But it was kind of a thing when PJ's is long gone, but like you go to that bar and then on the way home, you would stop there and get this chicken sub sandwich. So this guy is kind of taking forever to do it. My buddy kind of is chirping him like, hey man, like how long are you going to take or whatever? The guy goes, do you want to go outside and take care of this? Now, my guy's from PG County. He's not scared. He's like, yeah, let's go. So he walks out first, and as he's walking out the door, the guy that had been making the sandwich also brought a knife from behind the counter and stabbed him multiple times.
With Miles and Thrill, 99.9 KISW.
Oh, patrols, away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4549. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. Exciting return of Your Guess is as Good as Mine. Our categories today. We have the 10 states that spend the most money on fast food
All right.
in the United States. That's right.
Is this another SEC country?
I mean, there's a lot of the usual suspects in there.
Sure.
You know?
You can usually look at them and tell.
They also identified the states that spend the most and least on fast food. They analyzed the price of hamburgers, pizza, and chicken and sandwiches across 50 states, summed up the individual cost of the components, and adjusted the resulting figure to the median monthly income in each state. So basically, you just need to know that California, Washington, not on this list.
Right. Of course not.
Because you cannot spend a ton of money on fast food here because it costs a ton. Also, we have a lot of different and better and local options.
Sure.
Than a lot of places across the country. Next, we have for you the Hollywood Reporter talking about Steven Spielberg's new movie, Disclosure Day. Didn't exactly set the world on fire over the weekend as far as the box office. Did open with $44 million and another $48 million internationally.
God, that's terrible.
So not that bad. But the Hollywood Reporter.
You can make $96 million in one weekend and like, man, that sucked.
We didn't want that. Mm-hmm. So, the Hollywood Reporter ranked all 35 of Steven Spielberg's movies.
Damn.
From worst to best. And they put this one pretty low, believe it or not, at 28. So, I'll tell you what we'll do. There are 20 movies altogether on this. We have the 10 best and the 10 worst.
All right.
If you can just guess 10, just 10. 10 Steven Spielberg movie titles.
Well, who can't guess 10 Steven Spielberg titles?
We're going to find out if you pick that category on Your Guess is as Good as Mine. So that's coming up for you at 4:30 on the program.
You have to guess the movie and then guess whether it's one of the worst or the best.
All right, fair enough.
Right?
Okay. That seems fair.
Right, because, I mean, everyone knows the Spielberg movie. Whether you've seen it or not, you just know. But, like, do you think it ranked high or low?
Yeah. And let's see here. Today we're going to talk about things that you were asked to remove, cover up, or get rid of in one way or another. And we got a couple of stories in here about HOAs, people wearing inappropriate clothing.
Sure.
We'll get to those coming up. I want to share a personal story with you, though. I will never forget this in my life. It was just one of those times where I don't know. I was in 8th grade. One of the things that we did every year, which I look forward to, was the family vacation.
All right.
Now, typically, my parents, they would do their own thing by themselves. They would fly someplace. When it came to the family vacation, we drove to Ocean City, Maryland. Now, Ocean City, Maryland has a boardwalk. They have rides. It's a different environment.
Miniature golf.
Yeah, than
everywhere.
Than going to let's say Cannon Beach or Seaside.
Yeah,
or whatever.
very different.
It's a little bit more cheesy as far as just the.
It's not a little bit more cheesy.
It's a lot more cheesy. All right,
very cheesy.
But one of the highlights of that trip was to go there and eat food, get the French fries, cotton candy. My mom loves saltwater taffy. There's all these different things. But as a kid, for whatever reason, the thing that I wanted more than anything else to bring back home were T-shirts.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Now, our junior high had certain rules about certain things. Now, I did not take this into consideration. For the most part, and this was not voluntary, I could wear T-shirts to school.
Yeah.
But in 8th grade, this was kind of the time where you're liking the women a little bit more than you probably ever have. And I think I was trying to wear my best Hunt Club type of shirt, polo.
Not polo. Hunt Club.
Well, that was JCPenney.
Yes, I know.
I had maybe 1 or 2 Izod's.
Yeah.
But that was kind of what you did. You popped your collar up, man. Some people wore 2 of those.
Oh, yeah.
It was just a different time. You feathered your hair back. You had a mirror in your locker. You were trying to impress the chick. So for the most part, I was either in a button-up or a golf shirt, as far as my shirt. But when it came time to go to gym class, you obviously had to put on gym clothes. It should be noted that my gym coach was also my basketball coach for varsity basketball in junior high. So we had a decent relationship. He was a hard ass.
Right.
But he, we saw each other for 2 hours after school every day during the season, no matter what. So we had more of a relationship than not. Another thing you have to understand about Ocean City and the East Coast is they don't give places normal names. Think about the fact that Hooters comes from Florida.
Yeah.
You're not going to go to Ocean Shores and see a place named,
the Stubbly Clam.
Yeah, or Humpies, or you know what I mean?
Butcher Will
Not exactly.
But Ocean City has like a few of them.
Right.
There's
really
Brass
does.
Balls.
Yes, right. There's
endless.
this is what
For the record, has one of the best biscuits in size and taste wise you'll ever have.
These places are actually good places. It's just every name is stupid.
Right, it is. It's dumber than hell. And they do that all the time. I mean, every up and down the Atlantic seaboard, the bars have the dumbest names you've ever heard of in your life. They're catchy in their own way, but they're just stupid. So the first shirt I wore was a Big Peckers t-shirt. Big Peckers is a bar in Ocean City.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Notorious.
Yeah. But to me, it was the logo of Big Peckers was
like
Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how they were able to keep that. For some reason, they never got sued. Maybe they were granted permission to use it. But it said Big Peckers on the back, and it had a picture of Foghorn Leghorn. Now, rules dictated in June, and I never thought about this because it was just the idea of the ha-ha part of the and the Foghorn Leghorn on the back. So Coach DeSantis says, Miles, you can't wear that shirt. And I'm like, well, why not? And he's like, well, because it's insinuating, Big Peckers, and could you just? It was also a co-ed gym class. Keep that in mind. So, there were girls in the class, guy. He did not feel that was an acceptable shirt for me to wear. So that day, I turned the shirt inside out because it was my only gym shirt.
Yeah.
So that was the solution to that problem. All right. Now, I guess.
I shall say, for the record, we went there almost every year when we went to the beach. My dad thought the name was hilarious. We just thought it was a cartoon.
Everybody
and the
went
food
there.
was good.
Yeah, everyone knew it. It wasn't like
everyone.
there was not one person in my junior high. Everybody went to this beach for the most part. The people who went to the beach, this is the beach they're going to. All right, so fine. I for some reason, I knew then I could not wear that shirt to school.
Yeah.
Or any school event. Not a big deal. Back to what Ted was saying. Now, there's another place we used to go to called the Brass Ball Saloon. Mm-hmm. All right? Coach DeSantis looks at me and he goes, dude, what are you doing? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, it's brass balls. And I'm like, well, it doesn't mean your testicles.
Right.
And it's like, the name of the place is the Brass Balls. They sold a ton of T-shirts. You'd see these
Yeah, because it's
everywhere.
called Brass Balls.
Okay.
But you're right.
All right.
Everyone rocked it.
Okay. So I wear that one. All right. Again, this is my coach. He's like, man, are you stupid? Turn the shirt inside out. And I'm like, it's not offensive. He's like, it's also a bar. I'm like,
So he's getting down to drinking.
All right. Okay. All right. Whatever. Okay. I have another shirt. Again, keep in mind, when I bought T-shirts, I bought them all at the beach. They had like ones where you could customize it.
Sure,
you could put on your own decals.
Yeah.
You could do that. So I also had.
And in your defense, everybody had them.
Everybody.
Right? My mom has a cousin or a second cousin, so I'm barely related to these people. But they had a daughter that was older than I was, and I thought she legit played co-ed naked lacrosse.
That was my next shirt.
All right.
That was my next shirt. Yeah. That one got me kicked out of the class for the day. I was not allowed
It
to
just
take.
says co-ed naked.
I was not
So
allowed
it wasn't just you. Everybody wore these shirts.
Everybody.
I wasn't allowed.
It was co-ed naked, and then any sport
Any
you
sport.
can think of.
Coach DeSantis walked up to me and he goes, "You have got to be kidding me!" I'm like, "What? This is not a bar."
Right.
He's like, "Co-ed. This is a co-ed class. You're talking about naked lacrosse." He's like, we did not have a week of doing lacrosse, but but he was like, "Dude, what? You know what? Go to Mr. Wall's office." I was a principal. He's like, "I just want you to sit outside in a chair. I'm going to tell him what you've done."
Right.
And Mr. Walls is like, "Hey, man, come on, just make better choices, all right?"
But as a kid, you're like, it's just funny. It's not meant
Yeah.
to be offensive. It's just funny.
Right. Okay. The fourth shirt that I wore that almost got me suspended, okay? And I have to admit, I know this is very naive. It's 8th grade. We did not refer to certain parts of the anatomy. I never heard this lingo before.
All right.
Okay? So there's a place called the Bearded Clam. All
Yeah.
right? It's across the street from Bull on the Beach. It's in a little alley on 2nd Avenue. I got that shirt the following year. Now I'm in 9th grade. All right, I mean, this is a different year. This is the shirt I got the next year at the beach. So I come in with that, and it really didn't say saloon or bar and grill.
It just said the bearded clam.
That's it. They had a clam on the back, looked like Bigfoot, right?
Yeah. And look, if you live in the area, you know what this is.
Well, I was too young to understand what it meant.
No. I mean, you know the place. If you live anywhere in the vicinity, you know the place. You assume your kids don't know exactly what they're implying.
And this time in ninth grade. So
and again, you would go to all these
15.
places as children, right? That's what I'm saying. Like,
your parents took you there. Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like if I went to Ocean City right now, if we woke up on Saturday, I'd be like, we are going to the Brass Balls Saloon
without
to get
question.
breakfast.
Yeah. So he pulls me into his office because now he's pissed. He's like, "Are you going to start this S again?" And he dropped the S bomb on me, which is a big deal in ninth grade when your teacher says that to you. And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Your shirt." And I'm like, "The bearded clam on second." It's like, "It's the bearded clam."
Right.
And he's like, "You don't understand." I was like, "It's the bearded clam. Like, they have clams, they have oyster shooters, they have chicken strips."
But now he realizes he's at an impasse because I'm calling you out, but now this kid doesn't get the entendre. I don't want to have to be the person to explain.
He said it's a bar. I said, it's a restaurant bar.
Yeah.
They have both. Like, I didn't go saddle up to the bar as a 15-year-old. I just went to the restaurant. It's Cross and Bull on the beach. It's on sec. Come on, man. Everybody goes there. Everybody's down in that section of the boardwalk. And he's like, "Miles, it's the bearded clam." And it's still nothing is registering.
Yeah, if you don't know, you don't know.
I don't know. And he's like, "Do you know what that means?" And I said, "No, it's the name of a restaurant bar in Ocean City." And he goes, "Let me try explain this to you."
Oh, Jesus.
He's like, "You know the woman," and he explains it. And I just bust out laughing. I had no idea.
You had no idea you're representing.
I was like, "This shirt is awesome." Awesome. And he's like, "You honest to God did not know that?" I'm like, "No.
Right.
I don't know anything about that kind of thing." You know, like that was not the lingo. I never heard that before. Maybe adults used it, but people in my circle did not use that terminology. I just thought it was a funny.
I don't even know anyone that uses it.
I thought it was funny.
You know what it is.
The clam's got a beard on it.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
That's
This is funny. To me, it was just funny. It was a funny caricature.
I mean, you would almost say that tongue in cheek as an adult.
Absolutely. No one just says it as their general reference.
Correct.
When I was actually in ninth grade, it's the only time
I did not get in trouble for that one. I just had to flip the shirt inside out.
The only time I got in trouble for a shirt.
Right, yeah. That's the shirt. Now, granted, he does have a mug of beer in his hand.
Sure. But you can say it's lemonade. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I mean, I
will say I've never been to that one.
I've been to that one. I got in trouble in ninth grade. It's the only time I got in trouble for a shirt, and I was just beginning to understand what it meant. But my cousins were avid skiers. I am not an avid skier. They had gone to some ski place, and on their way back home, they stopped by my home. All right, and when they got there, they had picked up little gifts for each of us, but they got me a shirt. So in the world of skiing, and I believe tennis as well, there's the company Head.
Yeah.
There's also the company.
Tennis balls?
Right. And there's a company called Rosignol. All right. So the shirt had the name of whatever the ski resort was I went to, somewhere on the East Coast. I don't know. And on the back, it said, "Give me Rosignol or give me Head." That's it.
Yeah.
I don't understand this at all. It doesn't, much like Miles with the bearded clam, like, this doesn't mean anything to me because that's not what we were calling it at the time. So, and I'm in ninth grade. And it was my English teacher, Mr. Roskov. He wouldn't have known because it was printed on the back. And I sat toward the back of the class, but we started taking a test. And like most teachers do, they kind of start wandering up the aisle just to make sure no one's cheating, whatever. And he walks behind me, and I'm not thinking about it. And he quietly just taps on my shoulder. And he says, like, "Can I just see you after class?" I'm like, "What did I do?" He's like, "Don't worry about it. Just talk to me after class." So now I'm kind of sweating bullets. Like, I have not done anything. Whatever. We finish the test. The bell rings. I try to get up. He does it. Mr. Hill, again. So just hang out for a couple minutes. I'm like, all right. He's like, "What does the back of your shirt say?" I said, "Give me Rosignol, give me Head." Now, understand, my English teacher is not a skier either. So he is not hip to these companies. And this was my first introduction to the company.
And Head also made tennis equipment.
Exactly. But again, he didn't
and
know
bowling
that.
equipment.
I don't know that. My aunt and uncle explained it to me when they gave it to me. And I remember my parents kind of chuckled when they saw the shirt because they knew I had no idea. So he's like, "What does that mean?" I said, "My understanding is like they make skis or something, and those are the two companies. I don't know what the preference is. I can't believe both of them teamed up, on this T-shirt." And he's looking at me. He's going, "They make ski equipment." I said, "Look, I don't know. I'm just telling you what my aunt and uncle told me." I'm like, why? I'm like, do you ski? Or like, is this personal to you? He's like, I don't ski. I'm unfamiliar with these companies. So, okay. All right. I said, look, man, I don't know them much either. Now, keep in mind, this was the second to last period of class. So he sends me off. He's just like, hey, just do me a favor and don't wear the shirt again. But he's not explaining to me what the problem is. So I'm just like, I don't know what that was about. That was just having weird, whatever. I go home, kind of explain it to my parents. Now, this is pre-Google, so it's not like he could just sit down in class and pull it up to prove that these are companies. So my mother's like, well, how was your day? And I'm like, it was all right, man. But I'm like, Mr. Roscoff, who's a really cool teacher, I'm like, he pulled me aside after class, said he's mad about the shirt. And my mom's like, okay, well, maybe don't wear it anymore. I'm like, Mom, it's ski companies. She's like, listen to me. They're ski companies. Well, let me explain what the entendre is. It was an uncomfortable conversation because my mother's real blunt. She's not like one of these people who's like, when two people love each other, she's like, it's one of you. I'm like, oh, God. I'm like, I did not know.
That sounds awesome.
Well, yeah. But she goes like, that's the joke. I'm like, I didn't even know it was a joke. She goes, that's why we let you wear the shirt. But now that you know what it means, we're not going to let you wear it anymore. So I couldn't wear it anymore because now I knew, which I thought sucked. And then my son got sent home from school for a shirt. And I get both sides of it. I just did not care. It's like 2 or 3 years ago. They had 80s Day, right? I think he's 5th or 6th grade. 80s Day, all the students dress up in the 80s. Keep in mind, none of these kids are alive in the 80s, so essentially every parent dressed their kid. So there's a lot of hypercolor and the pigtails and all this kind of thing. Well, my son, I don't know why, kind of looks like Eazy-E.
Oh, he looks a lot like him. I've seen the picture. I mean, when he dressed up like him.
He looks like Easy. So we were like, this is easy. And he was cool with that, right? And he likes rap, and we're explaining who he is. And he's like, right on, man. So we ordered him a shirt. He had sunglasses. He had a ball cap on. We got him some fake gold. And he went to school with an NWA shirt. Did not think about it. About an hour into his day, the principal is kind of like, hey, can you bring your kid to change his shirts? We're like, what did he do? I thought we'd spell something. She's like, NWA. I'm like, well, yeah, a huge band. He looks like Eazy-E. She's like, I know who NWA is. I know who Eazy is. Your son looks like Eazy-E. He can't wear the shirt. And I'm like, what is wrong with the shirt? She's like, what does it mean? Right? So, come on, well, what I said to her, and I'm very friendly with this principal. We get along well. I said, Northwest attitude? What do you think it means? Then there's this long pause. I said, I'm effing with you. I know what I mean. I didn't think about it, man. She's like, look. She goes, it's a lot easier for you to explain to other parents. Right. But she's like, my white ass, if any of them get offended, I can't, I don't know how to go from that. She's like, look, it doesn't offend me. I know the band. I actually enjoyed the band. But if any other parents get upset, she's like, I'm so uncomfortable having to defend. I'm like, right on. So I know my wife drove another shirt up to him, but it wasn't NWA. I think it was like Public Enemy or something.
All right.
Basically along the same lines, right?
Correct. But there's no other, like, if one of those kids goes home and asks, like, they don't want to say that to their kid.
Well, that's why she was like, look, man, I'm not offended. I'm not dealing with this, and it makes me uneasy. But when I hit her with the Northwest attitude, just dead silence. Like, what do you think it means? I'm kidding. I know.
What were you asked to remove, cover up, or get rid of? 206-803-ROCK.
Oh.
On videos that she posted online. Kelly Tedford, who's 23, posted videos of herself to an unknown internet site showing her contaminating items at the Monadnock Food Co-op with her urine in Keene, New Hampshire. An anonymous report about the post was made to police in February. Several other videos created by her have been reviewed by investigators. At this time, It appears likely that similar historic incidents occurred in the surrounding communities where there were contaminated items on surfaces with urine, as several videos appeared to be recorded as early as 2021. The grocery store removed the contaminated products after being notified of the incident. The grocery store issued a recall, urging customers to dispose of any impacted products that were purchased between February 10th and February 15th. The affected products included quinoa, cornmeal, polenta, coconut shreds, and walnuts.
So she's peeing in the bulk?
Yes. Oh. The person in the story has never been an employee at the grocery store.
Damn.
They also sustained a $1,500 financial loss due to the destroyed merchandise and cleaning costs. So our question, how did food get you in trouble? 206-803-ROCK.
Do you remember the guy that called in years ago? This was not urine, but so his thing was, I guess his family went to church every Sunday, and then every Sunday, once a week, they kind of did the post-church kind of potluck lunch thing. And there's an older lady that was a friend of his family's. And he said the thing about her was she always had perfect deviled eggs, okay? And not just the taste, but he goes, the appearance of them. Like, no one makes deviled eggs that look just as smooth as this woman made them. And he goes, and I ate them every week for years. He finally got around to asking this sweet old lady. He said, I can't remember, her name's Mary,
I think he
right?
caught her.
But just like, no, he said he asked her, and he was like, Mary, how do you shape them like this? Like, nobody's deviled eggs look this perfect. She's like, oh, after I dropped the yolk back in it, I licked the top of each one. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. Just like, oh, my
awful.
God, dude.
How did food get you in trouble? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Bob. Welcome to the men's room.
Afternoon, gentlemen.
Hola.
So this is 1975, 7th grade, Enumclaw. Back then, there was an apple machine that you could put, like, I think it was a dime back then. Put a dime in there, and you'd get an apple. The machine would core it and peel it for you.
Wow. Okay.
And I got a really crappy one. I was like, what the hell? So anyway, I turned around. There was a exit sign right there, and I drilled that thing, and I got a really good arm. And it was not one of these exit signs like now, flat and everything, but it was kind of one of these ornate type signs. So I thought I got away with it until the next break. Apparently, one of my classmates had ratted me out, and they waited until the next break and took me out there in the hallway, had me on the ladder, cleaning everything off the sign and everything like that. And the funny part, though, was when I got home and my parents, they got called, obviously. And they were like, wow, that was pretty good, Bob.
Yeah, not bad aim.
Yeah, no, and so I had a really good arm, and the way this thing sprayed, it got the ceiling and it got the walls and everything, So, but yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So, hope you guys have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, man. Have a good one.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely.
I did not know they had machines that could peel and cord the thing for you.
I've never seen that in my life.
No.
Well, we are in Washington State.
I know, well, that was my first thought when he said it. I'm like, why would I pay a dime for an apple when you can almost walk outside and pick one off a tree? But the fact that it peels it and all that crap before you get it, like, all right, that's worth 10 cents.
I would love to pay a dime for an apple.
How much are they right now? You're the big apple guy.
What are they, dollars something like per pound or whatever?
That's not terrible.
It's not terrible. I might be wrong. I don't know. I usually just grab a couple.
Yeah.
But I know they're not 10 cents.
No, they're definitely not 10 cents.
Here's a messed up story. 2 robbers, one brandishing a gun, knocked off a lemonade stand in Boston on Wednesday.
Come on, man.
Violating the innocence of this timeless slice of Americana, they say. Officers responded to 9th Street in South Boston a little after 4 o'clock in the afternoon after 2 youngsters said they'd been robbed, according to Boston police. The robbers had made several passes by the stand before approaching and asking whether Apple Pay would be accepted as a payment.
Let me get this right. You didn't just rob a lemonade stand run by little kids. You cased it.
But before the victims could respond, the suspects grabbed the cash box and both individuals fled the area. Jennifer Byrne, one of the child's mothers, said her kids were traumatized by the experience, which cost them about $50 that they'd already made. My daughter called me. I'm at work. She was in hysterics, crying, saying, someone put a gun to us and took all of our money. They noticed 2 kids with masks over their face across the street, and they kept coming back and forth. By the way, no one has been arrested as of yesterday afternoon in this case.
First of all, it's a lemonade stand, so you're not going to make that much money. And two, it's run by children. I don't think you need a gun to threaten a child to steal money from a lemonade stand. Mm-hmm. Right? I mean, they're kids, man. I think you just roll up and be like, I'm taking your money. What are you going to do? I don't recommend you do that, but I'm just saying you don't need a gun.
Yeah, you don't. I'm willing to bet money. These are
other kids
or teenagers. They can't be much older.
Why do lemonade stands cause so many problems? Right, so they get robbed at gunpoint. Mike, you had a story earlier this week where kids run a lemonade stand for the same reason any kid runs a lemonade stand, and some Karen in the neighborhood wanted to shut them down. You know, the cops didn't. The cops didn't go in there and buy. But like, guys, but you hear this all the time. I guess this is the time of the year, right? But it's like, it's a lemonade stand. How is this a problem? Why do people get this upset about a lemonade stand, man? Just don't buy a lemonade.
I could have, it's had to be like 77 or 78. I cannot remember. But my stepfather was notoriously frugal, so to speak. And typically, if we were going to go to the movies, we would go to a matinee on the weekends.
Because it's cheaper,
right? Yeah. But he would also take his backpack and sneak in food for us. All right? So we sit down, and the movie, I will never forget this because I actually went back to watch this movie again. But the movie was Star Trek, and it was the first Star Trek movie.
You went back to this?
It was rated G.
It was terrible.
It was an awful movie.
People like Star Trek.
No, listen. Even Star Trek people will tell you the first motion picture they made was a dreadful movie. The idea of going back to see it is ridiculous.
Right. So he sneaks in a shopping bag, like a grocery store bag.
Yeah.
A bag of popcorn that was been buttered and everything else. I remember we made it in the air fryer.
Dry ass.
Yeah, that's why. Then you put butter all over it and you shake it up in the bag. And
it's not the same.
All right. So we also had, I want to say, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. We had sodas.
That's a nice little snack.
Yeah, we had some candy.
But to me, when I'm a kid and I'm going to the movies, like I don't want a sandwich. I want popcorn. I want candy. I want
it all from here.
Right.
All right. So I guess if memory serves, an older couple, or the movie had already started.
Yeah.
And it was dark in the movie theater. And so the usher, one of the guys, comes down with a flashlight to put these two people in their seats. Now, when the guy's coming back up the aisle, he sees us with this giant bag of popcorn. And I'm eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, drinking a soda like out of a can.
The mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
Our question, what were you asked to remove, cover up, or get rid of? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Nick. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bichola.
Hola.
All right, so my story is I was down in Memphis in the Navy, and we had a base softball team, and one of the guys that was on the team is a graphics artist. Shout out to Alabama Creations. If you want something custom made, go check him out. His Instagram, he can make anything pretty much. So our team down there was called TTLO. Because we're in the Navy, taps, lights out. Had that all over the jersey.
All right.
Very colorful jersey. On the jersey was a Kraken holding a beer mug because Navy, beer, drinking,
No, it all makes sense.
Exactly. So we enter into a church league, and in the church league, we have to cover up the beer with tape because obviously we're in a church league and we're down south, Memphis, so, Bible Belt, so.
Yeah, murder's cool, but drinking a beer is not.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So to cover the beer mug, was there just the one beer mug, or was it splashed all over the shirt?
It was pretty prevalent in the beer mug, but it was all over the beer mug, and it was frosty. And like I said, he's very, very talented and gifted.
Hey, sorry, is your buddy going to make it in the car with you? Sounds like somebody's dying.
Yeah, he's dying. He's like some cigarettes. So.
Oh yeah.
So I'm taking him to the hospital right now.
I was listening to your story, but I could just hear him coughing in the background.
Yeah, he was not sounding too healthy.
I keep hitting this.
Yep.
The South is weird, man. When I moved to New Orleans, right, cooking was my resume, so you apply to these jobs. And one of the first places I got, they're like, you have to take your nose ring out. I'm like, is it an open kitchen? They're like, no. I'm like, what difference is it? It's just their rule. I don't know if it still is. This was years ago, but I'm like, I'm in the kitchen. I understand it to a degree if you're dealing with the public, and this is what, the late 90s, people are still a little weird about everything, right? But it's just like, in the kitchen, really, ma'am? So I did, because I needed work, but I just thought, that's so stupid.
Oh, our basketball coach in high school, Coach Ellis, he had a solo stash.
All right.
None of the players were allowed to rock any facial hair.
But he had a solo stash.
He did.
Did anyone question him about that? Like, why can you?
That was almost like the rule had always existed at the school. That's kind of the way it was presented.
But why?
I don't know. Not the football. Same guys that play basketball could rock their stashes if they could grow them, to play football. Football coach didn't care.
DeMatha was the same way.
Really?
If you there was one guy, and Bobby was just a monster of a man. I don't know how to describe it. He always looked like a 40-year-old. Like I played Little League against him, and every coach I had would go to the other coach and be like, tell me you have his birth certificate. They'd be like, we got it. But he had a full mustache, so he could get away with it. But unless it was like a full, cleanly one, like you couldn't just have like a little dirt stash. You couldn't have a goatee. You couldn't have any facial hair. But if you could, Bobby could get away with his because he was like a grown-up.
Look, man, here's my issue. I remember being 14, 15 years old. Like, you did everything you could to get your little dirt stash to become a mustache. Like,
yeah,
don't make him shave it. Yeah, it looks stupid. It looks absolutely horrible. But when you were a young man and like, if I can grow a mustache, I'm a man. Like, you were hoping for that. You're doing everything you can to get the mustache.
Dude, my grandfather Montgomery, I was 9, 10 years old. He had a glass holder. It wasn't exactly a koozie. It was plastic.
All right.
So you set your drink, like an ice, glass, in that like cup holder. And it was a set of boobs. It was plastic and it was boobs.
Yeah.
And I thought it was the funniest thing.
Oh, of course.
I'd ever seen in my life. Because he'd come out, like out of the kitchen and he'd have the boobs and be drinking it because he knew it made me laugh. So I just thought it was the greatest thing in the world. So he's like, hey, man, you know what? I left you something in your bag here. You can take it home with you. And I'm like, all right. So I look in there. I'm like, oh, my God, he left me the boob glass holder. This is great. I cannot wait. My friends are going to love this.
Of course.
It's boobs. That's all it was. It was just the breast.
Just boobs.
That's all it was. Just two big boobs. And you put your drink down in it. I thought it was great. So I get it home. First thing I do is show my mom. She grabs and goes, not in this house.
That's the first mistake.
That was I don't know if she gave it to like one of her friends. I don't know if she trashed it and threw it away. She was just like, you cannot have this. You're not allowed to have it.
I bet you she threw it away.
I don't know. It was like the KISS T-shirt I always wanted. You wouldn't let me have.
My parents are cool with most of that. I had one poster in my bedroom. I think my mom was already in a bad mood because I had a couple posters of chicks in bikinis. And then I had a poster of a chick who, she's wearing a one piece and her boobs are not out, right? There's nothing exposed. But for whatever reason, she glazed right by the bikini pictures. And I don't know why, but this particular poster really, really pissed her off. She told me to take it down. Instead, I managed to get my hand on a Hammerjacks bumper sticker. But so I put the bumper sticker over where the boobs were. And I just did that because I also liked her face. Mm-hmm. And for that set my mother off more. It was like 2 days later when she saw that. She's like, oh, you're being a smart ass. I'm like, I'm not. I'm covering up the thing that you said offended you. I really wasn't trying to be a smart ass. Like, this woman's hot. I still want to look at her face. Now I can't see. It was just cleavage, man. She tore that thing down. It was never seen again. And I'm like, but I just didn't understand it because I'm like, there's 3 posters of chicks in bikinis.
We could buy.
Right.
This is crazy.
It's Spencer's Guest.
We could buy. There was a couple magazines. It was Teen Beat, Tiger Beat, something like that. But it was like celebrity young
Sean
stars.
Cassidy,
right? Whoever the heartthrob was at the time, whatever. But I don't know how old. I'm sure somewhere in their 20s. But for the most part, you're talking about teen people.
Yeah, they were teen idols.
They were popular at the time, like Christy McNichols or whoever the dumb idiot was. Exactly. But you could go and buy that magazine. It would have pictures of these actors or actresses on the beach in bikinis and
Valerie Bertinelli.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah,
I'm being
yeah,
serious.
man.
It was a much different time. Like my kids never wanted to put up posters in their room of anybody that they thought was cute.
Oh, I did.
Well, but they didn't. Like I just don't know if it was on their phone or.
You know what? That probably helps.
I don't know, but
yeah. Trying to remember,
there was like
I would cut
symbols.
out.
It was sex symbols.
Yeah.
Like I would cut out pictures of women out of like a Maxim magazine, but I don't and then put them on cardboard.
So
paper.
desperate.
Damn, it just sounds
that's your version of crafting.
Like a death collage.
And I put it on cardboard, like make it sturdy.
And I sent it to the girl I liked.
No, I would hang them up on my wall.
All right,
but like. I don't know. For some reason, I just couldn't have like a full poster of a bikini chick. So
if
I would
you
just
cut them out, it's okay, but you can't buy the poster.
And see, I don't know. That was just the loophole that seemed to work for me. I never got in trouble for having it. If I had cut them out of a magazine, it was fine.
Oh, you could not have those in the locker. You could not have anything.
No,
at school
they'd freak out
like that. They would freak out.
You remember Heavy Metal Magazine?
Yeah. Well,
Right.
of course, that was the whole point. It is a cartoon.
Right. So I knew that. Now, okay, to be fair, we were like at a book fair or something like that. My parents are doing the thing. I'm like 8 years old, and there were plenty of boobs inside. But again, it's all drawings, and it's part of a story, right? And I just thought the artwork was cool. It wasn't about seeing boobs, because cartoon boobs just never did it for me. Like, sorry. But I remember I walked up, found my parents. Can I get this? They just looked at the cover, and it's, the Frank Frazetta, Molly Hatchet-looking stuff, and they're like, sure. It's like $3. So I had it, but I left it on the kitchen table, went to school. When I got home, my mother's like, I flipped through your magazine, and I'm not tracking. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? She's like, what? I'm like, no, it's cool, man, the story. She's like, it's all boobs. I'm like, there's a lot of boobs. Like,
yes, there are.
There are a lot of boobs. There's boobs everywhere. But I'm like, Mom, I don't care about that part. I don't think she believed me. It's the dead honest truth. I was aware there were boobs, but it kind of, like I said, the cartoon boobs. She wasn't having it, so she got rid of it. I wasn't really like in trouble. And then later I see my father, and I remember sitting at the kitchen table, and he's like, your mom told me about your magazine. I said, yeah, man, she threw it out. And he's like, did you buy it that way on purpose? I said, well, I mean, like a little bit. And she's like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did not care. He's probably like, cool.
No.
You know what? I was going to say, not T-shirt and not boobs. And it's ironic now, as our show has such a thing with turtles having sex.
Yeah, the best-selling KISW shirt of all time.
Right. Before we grew up, it's this famous chain called the Green Turtle.
Yeah.
We love the Green Turtle. And they had these mugs that had a green turtle on it.
Okay.
And when you put in a hot beverage, that turtle would disappear, and it was two turtles having sex.
Oh, really?
Okay.
So, I mean, because one of the original turtles was in Laurel, and I begged and begged my brother. Finally, he bought me one. So, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I would just heat up hot water and put it in this cup. So my mom doesn't know I have it. She's already pissed. Like, right? Like, I'm like taking it places, showing my cousins. So it's not hard. The word gets back, right?
Yeah.
She does not like it or whatever. And I just heard she was like, you don't drink hot beverages, right? Like, you're 13. You don't drink coffee. You don't drink tea.
Oh.
Why do you need this mug?
Trust me, they used to have
two turtles having sex.
They used to have pens that would have like either a jet flying back and forth in the back, like depending on how you tip the pen.
Yeah, the
but you could
hologram.
see inside, and it was like a little thing. But they also had naked women.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so my I had one of those too, but I hid that thing because I knew.
Was this after the cup?
It was part of the same package.
Okay.
Because he was giving me all his boob stuff. Like here.
I'm with you.
Like
I had one too, and it was like a distant uncle, and he said, "Do not tell your mother."
Right,
and
exactly.
I mean, I was, you know me, I'm a terrible liar. I had that pen for 2 years before.
Yeah, exactly.
That one, I was like, I understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
I need this pen.
I'm not like I didn't use it. I didn't write with it.
No, you're just flipping
I just sit
upside
there
down.
to back and forth the whole time.
It's great.
This is awesome. What were you asked to remove, cover up, or get rid of? 206-803.
My dad also had one of those barrel guys, and my mom hated it.
Oh, where you?
Oh,
drop
you
the
lift
thing
it up and
Yeah.
I saw those in Jamaica. They're everywhere.
Yeah, we have a Christmas
I
ornament
really
now.
wanted one.
It's like a Nutcracker guy, right? We didn't realize this. A friend of us gave it to us. I'm like, our Christmas ornament, cool. And we're like, no, move his pants. And I'm just this huge penis pops up. I'm like, Jesus Christ. All right. Hello, Christy. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So I'm calling about my son. He was in first grade, and he wanted to go to this pizza place, and we were friends with the owner, and it was called Smoking Monkey Pizza.
Okay.
And so we were there for his birthday, and they had a T-shirt with saying Smoking Monkey Pizza with the monkey smoking, right? So he wants it, and I said, okay, but you can't wear it out of the house. And so one day he chose to wear it out of the house. I wasn't aware, and I get a call from the principal asking me about this shirt. And fortunately, I knew the principal really well, and so they allowed him just to zip up the coat. But, just being mischievous, he had to show up to school with that on. And also a little bit more tech to that is that he was also named the first grade cusser in elementary school.
Okay.
Because he was on the playground, and this other kid was on the the swings, and they didn't get along very well. And so my son said, now it's my turn. And the kid called him a stupid butt face. Well, he went over to the recess teacher. I know, it's scary, huh? And he went to the recess teacher, and she said, just don't worry about it. You know, go play somewhere else. And so he went back behind this kid, and the kid said it again. So my son goes to the recess teacher and says, he just called me a stupid effing butt face. Oh. And yeah. So the recess teacher was just shocked and told him just to move on. And so then he went back and added more and more F words to it. And he ended up in the principal. I ended up in the principal's office. And they were saying, where did he hear this kind of language? I said, from his dad.
Yeah, of course. It's always the other parent.
Yeah. Of course. Not from me.
But whoever drives them,
I said,
that's where they'll hear it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. 1,000% was from that.
How old is your kid now?
He is 24.
And is he still kind of the same person? Like if?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
He's a great kid, but yeah. And he worked. We knew the owners of the Smoking Monkey. Then they sold it, and he ended up working there for the second owners. So it was kind of went full circle.
Yeah. So were they just upset because he had
owner.
I'm assuming it was a cigarette, or was it a joint?
It was a cigarette.
Yeah, I mean,
it was a cigarette.
Yeah, I think there's definitely an overreaction to some things. Like, look, man, the kid
absolutely
doesn't smoke. Even if he wanted to smoke, there's not a store, at least in this country, that's going to sell him cigarettes. He's not going to inspire. Like, dude, it's just a freaking logo.
Well, man, when I started to drive, we all just had a pack of cigarettes in our glove compartment. Always hid them in the car.
Yeah.
Kept them away from the parents knowing what was going on, but we just kept them there. And it wasn't like I might have had a cigarette or two every week.
Yeah.
You know, just every once in a while on the weekend, drinking out with your friends, whatever. You know, give them 2 or 3 or 4 of them, we'd just stare and smoke one. But the rule in high school was you could smoke if you were a junior or a senior. All right? But you could not smoke if you were a sophomore. And it was only a 3-year high school program because I went to 9th grade and junior high. So as a sophomore, you were not allowed to smoke, but I could drive, and I did have a pack of cigarettes in my car. So one day, it was like in between, I don't know, football and basketball or baseball. I don't remember what it was, but we had like a week where we didn't have to go to practice.
Right.
So that means we could actually, go home after school. But there was a smoking area across the parking lot, which was still on the high school grounds.
Yeah.
I see a bunch of my buddies over there, guys that I know that are on the team. So I go grab a cigarette and join them in a smoke. Now, one of the teachers was also a smoker. You got to remember that.
So the teachers smoke with the students?
It's a smoking section.
All right.
So no matter who you are, you smoke in this
God,
one
that's
area.
weird.
They had
Hey, Billy, remember to turn in your late homework assignment. I'm working on it.
They had a coffee can underneath a tree.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody threw their butts in there. We were responsible, which was, at the time, cigarette smokers sometimes just flip their crap everywhere. Yeah. We kept it in the can and all that stuff. And one of the teachers came over, Mr. What the hell is that guy's name? Oh, I hate him. Anyway, God, I hated that guy. But he was a smoker. And he was like, hey, Miles, what are you doing? And I'm like, let's have a cigarette, man. He's like, you're a sophomore. You know the rules. You're not allowed to smoke. Oh, Dave McQueen. That was his name. I was like, Mr. McQueen. I said,
McQueen.
And he was, I hate that guy. Anyway, so he's
Were you still a sophomore?
I was a sophomore.
All right.
But I'm not allowed to smoke, technically.
Right. He's not on school property.
Exactly.
Right.
But he comes over and he lights one up. He's talking about it. He goes, wait a minute. Because he had not had me in class yet.
Okay.
So he actually asked me my name. All right. So this is the beginning, because he taught junior and seniors. I'm a sophomore, and you have to take his class.
Right.
So he had not had me before. That's how because there was a ton of sophomores. But he knew me because he didn't know me.
Exactly.
So he's like, what's your name? I'm like, he's a sophomore. He's like, you know the rules. And he's like, give me your cigarettes. And I'm like, I don't have any cigarettes. And at the time, I was wearing the equivalent of those OP corduroy shorts that the guy in Anchorage was wearing.
Yeah.
There is very much a clear outline.
You can't hide anything.
Cigarettes in my pocket. And he's like, hey. He's like, what's in your pocket then? I'm like, cigarettes. He's like, give them to me now. He's like, if not, I'm taking you inside, taking the principal. It's one or the other. And I was like, all right, Mr. McQueen, here's my cigarettes. So he took them. And so, the next day, or like whenever I started back up, whatever the next sport was,
Yeah.
and I was back with the juniors and seniors again, you're like, McQuain's out there smoking your cigarette. It's like, we smoke with him. He's like, he's smoking your cigarettes.
Yeah, of course he is.
And then, that next year, he was like the first class I had, and I just sat there, just like, you son of a bitch. You stole my cigarettes.
You stole my cigarettes.
Because they were not easy to get either.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, they were kind of hard ass. You'd be 18 years old.
We had the vending machines. I mean, think about that.
Well,
if you went into a store to buy them from a cashier, there's no chance. But the cashier would even tell you, hey, man, I can't sell this to you. You're underage. It's a nasty habit. But if you go across the street, they have the vending machine. Nobody questions it. You got $1.75. You got a pack of smokes. I mean, you could just get cigarettes. Like I said, just get it from a vending machine. I don't even know if they do that.
You could punch the match button and you just drop out as many packs of matches as you wanted. Like here.
I've seen a cigarette vending machine. Last time I've seen him, there's a honky tonk I like in Austin. That's the only place I've seen him. And I literally almost bought a pack.
I was going to guess Vegas, Nashville, or Austin. As far as
and like if you go to Austin or even if you're like in South Carolina, like you could still sit on decks and smoke. So it's not as unheard of.
It's under new management, so I don't know if it's still there. But I remember going to the Beak and they the Yellow Beak down there in Enumclaw, and they had a cigarette vending machine.
Good on you, man.
Well, too. I mean, do you need to be 21 to get in?
Yes. Yeah. It's just a bar.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, it's a saloon.
That's what I'm saying. If it's 21 and older, why not?
I just don't think of the state of Washington because technically you're not supposed to smoke out anywhere that's still the bar.
But think about Charles Village Pub. This is a place back in Baltimore. It's a bar. You have to be 21 to enter. They had a cigarette vending machine, but they had double doors. So if you open the first set of doors, you still had to open another set of doors, but the vending machine was between them. So you could be underage. You're not in the bar. I mean, I guess technically you are, but you're not in the service area. And I'm pretty sure I saw, because it was next to a college, pretty sure I saw a lot of underage kids just pull the button, get their smokes, and disappear.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I miss it.
What were you asked to remove, cover up, or get rid of? 206-803-ROCK.
Just
Is live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Return to Ted versus the FCC coming up at 4:35 right after emails on our question, how did food get you in trouble? 206-803-ROCK as we head to Colorado. A surveillance video caught a woman lifting several oatmeal cream pies from an honor system farm stand. Now, the video has been shared by Gone Astray Goods. It's a micro bakery in Loveland, Colorado.
Right, those are homemade.
These are homemade,
Yeah, I saw this video. I'm pissed.
After the surveillance footage went viral and generated significant attention online, police ended up charging the suspect. Now, the bakery's owner, Stephanie Corville, named the incident the case of the oatmeal cream pie bandit and said it actually happened twice within a matter of weeks. In a May 10th video update posted to Facebook, she describes the first theft that she observed via the closed-circuit television footage. Woman arrived with an oversized bag, which she then filled with as many baked goods as she could carry, including almost the entire batch of oatmeal cream pies that the bakery's followers had voted on. Then the bandit grabbed some more items in her arms, said thanks to the camera, and walked away. Now, Corville initially chose not to go public, not wanting to alert the suspect before gathering more information. According to her, the woman returned. She said she had to walk outside just as the suspect had already begun filling her bag. Corville told the woman she had an outstanding tab from a few weeks earlier and asked how she would like to pay. In reply, the woman said she would get her phone from her car parked down the street. Of course, she never returned. Corville followed her after that and filmed the encounter. The suspect, she said, tried to back out of the neighborhood to prevent her license plate from getting recorded, but was forced to turn around. That's when Corville captured the plate on video and turned that footage over to police.
By the way, this woman is stealing food. Do you know what kind of vehicle she's driving?
I want to say a Cadillac Escalade.
No, it's a Land Rover.
A Land Rover.
Yeah,
That woman, she's stealing just to steal.
Just to steal.
Which, I don't know. Even if you are stealing just to steal, you're a klepto or whatever, just do it at a giant chain. Don't do it to this woman's stand.
And it's an honor system, so you know you're taking advantage of it.
And oatmeal cream pies.
Well, they are delicious. I bet that woman's homemade ones are phenomenal.
Apparently, they were stealing.
How did food get you in trouble? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Casey. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bichola.
Hola.
So when I was 15, typical troubled teen, in and out of the house, my first day home, I'm digging through the cupboards and figuring out what I'm going to make, and I find one of those old country crock containers that says brownie mix, and it has like 1 cup water to however much mix. And so I'm like, cool. I pop up and I ask my dad, hey, can I make some brownies? He's like, sure. So I make the mix I found in his cupboard. 2 days later, I'm getting kicked back out of the house because I made weed brownies, and I was clearly trying to get him and his wife fired. And I had no idea that I was making weed brownies, like, serious. I didn't taste it in the brownies, and I ate half the pan myself. And at the time, I would have noticed because I was quite friendly in that way. And to this day, does not believe that it was a straight-up accident. I had no idea that those were his weed brownies. And
why would he think? Why would he think that you knew that he had weed brownie mix?
Honestly, I hadn't been home in 6 months at that point, and I think it was his wife looking for a reason to get me back out of the house because she hated us.
That makes a little more sense.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was like, look, man, if my kids made weed brownies from a weed brownie mix that I had, I would know it's an accident.
We know a person back in the day who did that and was no longer employed after said incident.
Yeah, well, the difference was they had basically an out-of-office meeting kind of thing, this particular group of employees. He was the manager of these people, and after they ate lunch or did whatever they did, he had homemade brownies, and everyone ate some. The difference is he didn't tell anyone that they were weed brownies, and a couple of people had an adverse reaction to that, told HR, and HR was like, we got to let you go. But to his credit, he's like, I get it, babe.
Yep.
I got people high.
How did food get you in trouble? 206-803-ROCK.
And again, weed brownies can already mess up people that smoke weed. If you don't know you're ingesting that, it would freak you out.
Also, you have no idea how to measure that at that time, as far as the potency.
Back then, I told you, man, years ago, started living in Baltimore, still had roommates and all that kind of thing at the time, but we had a little party, kind of a small-ish get-together, maybe 15 people, but my parents swung by. Everybody was always happy to see my parents. Well, one of the guys that was there, this English dude named Rich, and I knew that he had brought weed brownies, and they're kind of out where all the rest of the potluck food is. Me and my buddy Tony had stepped into a side room to have a kind of a private conversation. And then this guy, Rich, is always kind of up to no good, but kind of fun to be around. But he walks in and he's like, hey, man, your mom's eating brownie. I'm like, the weed brownies you bought? He's like, yeah. I'm like, did you tell her? He's like, nah, man, we didn't say anything. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I go out there and check on her, and she's holding court. And she is in a fantastic mood. And it did not matter what anybody said. It was funny to her. She ended up being the second brownie, right? But,
oh, man.
Yeah, but we all knew what was going on, but we're not going to say anything. So it's kind of like, and I'm kind of real uncomfortable with the situation, but there she is, drinking red wine and eating these weed brownies. And like I said, my father never said anything to me, but there was just a look on his face. He looked at me for like 1 second that somehow just said, I know your mother is consuming narcotics right now. That's basically what his face told me. It's like, all right. But whatever. Anyway, I call her the next day just to kind of check up on her. Hey, Mom, how you feeling? She's like, oh, God, listen, I had a great time with the friends last night. It was a lot of fun. I haven't laughed that long in a while. I'm like, sure. It's like, I slept so hard. I really, but in her mind, she's like, God, I mean, I didn't think I'd drink that much wine, but I really slept hard. I'm like, well, sometimes it's different.
What about the cake pop and the kid?
All right, well, that was for an adult. It's a cake pop, but a pretty potent one, but it was a weed cake pop. And I had met a family that would stay at a hotel downtown around Christmas time. It's just something that they did. That was kind of the thing. And so I meet them at the bar downstairs. And because there's a little kid involved, obviously the little kid's not at the bar. They're upstairs in the room. But the mother in this family, I knew that she liked weed. And I'm like, hey, it's weed cake pops. Weed had just gotten legalized in the state, so it's kind of a big deal. And someone brought them for us. I'm like, dude, you got to try this. It tastes delicious, but it'll get you there. She's like, cool. I'm not going to eat it now. I'll put it up in the room. Nobody thinks about it. Following Monday, as I'm talking to one of these family members, are like, yeah, that cake pop you gave us. I'm like, oh, how was it? They're like, we don't know because we put it up in the room. And at that time, the girl that ate it was 4 years old, I believe. I said, but we went upstairs to check on the kid because we've been down at the bar. And when we get there, the kid's sleeping soundly. They're like, we're not worried about it. But when we look at the night table, there's now the empty stem from the cake pop. And they're like, oh, my God, this girl just ate this entire cake pop. So I'm like, well, how was she? They said, look, she slept really hard. But they said when she woke up, first thing she said is just like, I am hungry. I am thirsty. Grabbed the glass of water, right? Guzzled the glass of water and then ate like 4 slices of pizza or something. I'm like, oh, cool. That's good.
I've seen a tiny dog just fall over once.
Just from getting stoned.
Same thing. Just ate an edible that it shouldn't have. It like, I think they ended up taking that dog to of course they were like, the dog will be fine. But it just was a very tiny dog that was just kind of standing there and went,
just fell.
How did food get you in trouble? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Stacy. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola. I decided to make chili one time, and I remember being so excited that the first bowl I ate was still kind of slightly crunchy. The beans hadn't cooked all the way through yet. And I ate like 4 more bowls before I learned, after 3 days writhing around in horrific pain, that you can poison yourself with kidney beans that aren't cooked fully.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did
Was
not
it
know
your
that.
first time?
Red kidney bean toxicity.
Was it your first time, like, cooking chili?
Yeah, and I'd seen my whole family throw stuff in the slow cooker, like beans and whatever else in the slow cooker. So that's what I did. But I just was so hungry that I ate the first bowl, like, before they had come to a rolling boil. And there's something called kidney bean toxicity, and it is no joke. I was in, like, horrific pain for 3 or 4 days in, like, the worst way.
Did you have to go to the hospital?
No, it was on like the 3rd day that I was realizing like I need to go to the hospital or something because I couldn't figure out what was wrong. But it is painful. It is so painful and it is awful.
I got to ask you. So, are these dried beans at first that you soaked?
Yes, they were dried beans, but it can also happen with canned beans. If you don't roll them, boil for like 15 minutes at a like rolling boil, red kidney beans will definitely poison you.
I didn't know that.
Jesus.
And there's no warning or anything on any of the labels. Like,
most people don't eat crunchy beans. I mean, they're probably.
But it was just barely, slightly crunchy, like almost cooked all the way through.
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm with Thrill.
They're probably we didn't think we'd have to warn you because most people eat them when they're soft, and they don't eat the crunchy beans.
The only thing I poisoned myself with was that mushroom.
You knew better.
That was the thing
knew better.
That was the thing that took me out, man. I mean, trying to think the total cost of that mushroom was probably around $12,000. I know I paid it off in over like a year and a half.
Right.
It was like $12,000.
Because you ate the one mushroom that you even said looked a little weird.
Right. Because of the ambulance. Right? Yeah, exactly. It just had
every other mushroom was gray, right? The standard mushroom color. And this one looks like the Grateful Dead put it out. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to eat this mushroom.
So my wife at the time made chicken marsala. So I was thinking to myself, it could be the chicken. But she did not get sick. And she did not do anything different than I did other than I ate that one mushroom.
Well, and the way you had told us the story was like you looked at it and were like, that looks weird.
Yeah.
Which again,
right.
When
like
it's fungus in particular, like, man, when fungus looks weird, like, definitely just don't tempt fate. That's my thought.
Yeah.
Like, if the mushroom looks weird, don't eat that mushroom.
Santa Ana police in California have arrested a woman seen on video throwing her food at a Chipotle worker. Police shared the shocking surveillance video on social media last week. The woman appeared to be arguing with the worker before throwing a bowl of food.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
U.S. veteran was reportedly kicked off a flight at San Francisco International Airport over a T-shirt that she was wearing. NBC Bay Area reports that Catherine Banks was set to fly out of San Francisco Wednesday before a flight attendant told her the shirt that she was wearing was threatening. Threatening. The shirt read, "Do not give in to the war within. End veteran suicide."
What a terrible message.
Banks, who is a Marine Corps veteran, said the words on her shirt were for the work she does for others and was not meant to be threatening.
How is that threatening?
A male flight attendant was saying, ma'am. I looked around like, who is he talking to? And it was me. He said, "You need to get off the plane." I'm like, what'd I do? After getting off the plane, Banks shared that the flight attendant told her her shirt was deemed threatening. I said, "Are you kidding me? She's a vet. I'm going to see my Marine sister, actually. I've been in the Marine Corps for 22 years, worked for the Air Force for 15 years. I'm going to visit her." Now, according to Banks, the attendant told her that he didn't care about her service, and the only way she was going to get back on that plane was to take the shirt off. So she reportedly changed into a sweatshirt just to be able to stay on the flight. According to Delta's contract of carriage for U.S. flights, the airline has sole discretion to determine whether or not passengers should be removed from a flight. Now, I was telling Steve earlier, in my possession, I have two shirts that I could see would be deemed offensive.
Yeah, don't say.
One says, "F you effing F."
Yeah,
all right?
yeah.
That was a gift on my birthday from my daughter. All right? True story. Now, the other shirt I have not worn in public and probably...
I saw the picture, though.
Never will.
Oh, yeah.
And
I think it's great.
I was walking very hungover with Ryan Castle in Las Vegas back in May. And there's a T-shirt shop there in Fremont. And I looked up at this shirt. And I was like, that is the greatest T-shirt I'd ever seen. So Castle and I do our thing. He had to go do something like with a convention that I was supposed to be at. I think I decided to go and check out the pool. So he comes back and he's got this shirt. And I mean, it is one of the greatest shirts ever.
Do you have your phone?
I do on my desk.
Just show the fellas. I'm like, you can't wear that anywhere.
I can go get it. All right.
Yeah, I kind of interested what it looks like.
Talks amongst yourself.
Yeah. I did.
Well, the first shirt he's talking about, it has the F word just spelled out.
And I did the same thing. I bought it. I was drunk in Nashville, and like anything, I'm looking at the shirt. I want to say it was something to the effect of, because there was an election, not the latest one, so maybe like 2016, but it basically just said, "Go F yourself, I support this message." Right? Because all the political ads, I'm so-and-so, I support. Yeah. So it said, "Go F yourself, I support this message." And in my brain, I'm like, this is great. I'm going to wear this everywhere. You sober up, you get back home, and I'm like, I'm not going to wear this shirt anywhere. Like, why did I just spend $30 on this shirt that I know I'm not going to wear?
I remember when I was younger, I got a whole bunch of hand-me-downs from my old man and whatnot, just shirts that he had collected over the years that he just didn't keep for whatever reason. And I got one, and it was a Christmas shirt, and it was Santa sitting on the ground with his reindeer all on an outhouse.
All right.
And Santa says, "I said the Schmidt house."
Oh.
And I thought that was hilarious. I wanted to wear it to school. They're like, no, don't wear that to school.
I told you. Let me see.
Oh no!
You just can't wear it, man.
It's such a shame.
Oh,
God, you look so proud of yourself.
I know. You look so happy in the picture.
All it will do is just make people laugh.
Yeah, that's right. Fess up.
For one person that doesn't find that funny.
I mean, Vegas might be the one place you could get away on Fremont Street.
Well, also, I don't know anybody there. You know, like I can't walk into my neighborhood bar with a shirt.
Do you think they let you into the casino if you're rocking that shirt? Because Vegas is pretty loose with the rules. We understand.
I don't know. I mean, I could see someone walking up going, "Sir, we know we sell these down here in shops, but you cannot wear this. You cannot wear this."
I mean, I'm just thinking that's like maybe one of the only, because even if you wore it at a tailgate.
Oh, can you show it on YouTube? You can show it on YouTube.
Yeah, show it to the camera, Miles.
You're fine. You're not going to wear it
YouTube
anywhere,
viewers, be warned, this does contain crass material.
Somebody freeze frame it.
This is not for children at all.
Let me see if I can get this up.
Yeah, you got it.
Try to get that angle right
there.
Okay.
You're not going to see it. There's about a 20-second delay there, Miles, so you're not going to be able to see it in live.
All right, I'll pull it up very slowly.
You got this, Tim. Tim's good at running the angles there.
That's it. That's the shirt.
Let's see if that came in there.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, that'll come in nice.
Yeah, I don't know where you wear that, because you could wear it. You know enough bartenders, some of your locals, but just walking to that bar and back to your house could be trouble.
I mean, we know the bartenders well at our watering hole. I still think they'd be like, dude, I expect better of you. You know what I mean? I expect better of you.
Yeah.
I would rather be a stranger in a bar wearing it, because maybe they just go like, look, we'll underserve him and get him out of here. But if I walked into the bar where we know the bartenders, maybe the dudes would laugh, maybe. But I still think they'd even be like, bro, change this before the change of shift, right? Just. I'm just. Why don't you give it a try? Wear it at our next event.
I mean,
no, look, it's a KISW event. It is our
that's
show.
how he'll get fired.
No.
What did he do?
No.
He wore that shirt.
He just wore a shirt.
As long as it's a bar event and everybody's 21.
Yes, not an old age show.
Right. Sorry, we're not doing that at Black Raven. You're not wearing that shirt.
Don't wear it to Chuck E. Cheese, brother. Just
or like a pet rescue. What were you
at a charity event?
At the vet clinic.
MC it, yeah.
What were you asked to remove, cover up, or get rid of? 206-803-ROCK.
The people on YouTube liked it. Mm-hmm. Hello, Andy. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores.
Okay, really quick side note. Do you guys remember that old surf shop, the Big Johnson shirt?
The old sub shop.
No. Well, I don't know. Like in Ocean City, they sold a bunch of Big Johnson shirts, but it was just a fake brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have a bunch of those. But anyways, I was either in 5th or 6th grade, and I ended up acquiring a shirt with a bunch of stuffed teddy bears doing it in different positions.
Aha.
And I wore it to school.
How did that go?
Not very well. Not very well at all.
How long did it take for you to get pulled aside?
About, I'd say around an hour and a half, 2 hours, because I think they noticed it at recess.
Mm-hmm. Did they send you home, or did you have to pull it inside out, or what?
Oh, no. They couldn't get a hold of my mom because she was at a doctor's appointment, so they called my father. And he did not find that funny at all. I didn't get to see daylight for the first half of the summer.
Damn.
Really? Because I'd have thought, look, all things being equal, I think my son would rather the school call me if it's something like that, because my response would be like, I don't care, but if he needs a change of shirt, just let me know. I'll take care of it.
Right. I don't know what.
My dad was the old school military, too, so he was.
Yeah, I am not. So, yeah, that probably has a lot to do with it.
I don't know what came first on this one, but like Charles Dickens, all right?
Yeah.
On the East Coast, I'm not sure if the shirt came first or the actual cider, but it was like Charles Dickens cider.
Cider, right.
Cider. And that was a very popular T-shirt. A lot of people had that shirt as well. And then I think they actually went, I don't know if the shirt came first or the cider came first, but somebody went and took that idea and manufactured
So it became, because as far as I knew,
it's actually a cider.
It was just a fake product. They actually, like, you know what? Let's make a cider.
I mean, my cousin Tom for years had the FBI one, Federal
Booty Inspector.
Yeah.
Inspector.
Did they ever get any grief for that, though? Because I feel like with the word booty, nobody cares.
Oh, from his mom.
Oh, really? Well, yeah. I mean, for kids living under your roof, like, really, dude?
That was another one.
Really?
Right, and that's one of those things, as an adult, it seems dumb. But when you're a teenager and you're on the boardwalk, you have a little money, right? You have a summer job or something. Then you spend it on a T-shirt that basically your parents won't let you wear around the house.
I know.
You couldn't wear it anywhere.
Yep.
Damn it.
God, man, my cousin Tom has 4 kids. If I'm 45, he's got to be 43. And to this day, I'll be like, "What's up, booty inspector?"
What were you? Female book was FBI.
You crazy son of a bitch.
This is back to the T-shirts.
You know your dad, the booty inspector.
But they didn't sell this in like the stores. Maybe a Spencer's if you went to like Pittsburgh or whatever. But for me, all those cool T-shirts and all the funny ones.
Yeah, they're at the beach.
They're all at the beach.
But the thing is, it's not like your parents had to buy them for you. I mean, as a child, they knew what you were buying. You handled them. Yeah. And like you said, Spencer's, actually, my kids had never seen Spencer's. And we were in Delaware. It's either last year or the year before. But they have all the outlet shops. So they kept, what is Spencer's, right? They're looking for clothes. And I said, dude, I have no way to explain Spencer's to you. You just need to go in. But I think you guys will like it. And they thought it was fantastic. And he's in the back looking at posters because his boobs hanging out and all this kind of thing. All the clothes are kind of funny. Well, my daughter, she's kind of gothy and all this sort of thing. And she sees this hat. And I believe it was a Hello Kitty hat, right? So it's just a knit cap, and it has Hello Kitty, the logo, up front. So she says, can I get this? I'm like, sure, man, just throw it in the pile. I did not really look at the hat. So when we finally get up to the cashier, we have 6 or 7 things. Cashier grabs a Hello Kitty hat, and she flips it over to get the price. And on the bag, it's like, eat S and die, or go after yourself. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, no. We can't get that. My daughter's like, why? And I point. She didn't notice it either. She started laughing. And she's like, yeah, you wouldn't let me wear that. Like, no, I did not know that it said that, man. I'm like, look, it's funny.
Well, that seems like her attitude.
It is. And I said that to my wife. I said, look, if anyone in this house is going to wear a hat that says that, like, she means it. And she means it like 95% of the time. But, like, I don't actually have a problem with it. It's just, look, because I'm your parent, I'm not dealing with all the phone calls that come my way. Once you turn 18, knock yourself out. I'm like, look, baby, I don't care about the message. I don't care who gets offended. But I have to deal with it, not you. So, And she got it. But yeah, I had no idea it said that. And you're like, whoa, man.
You remember in old school, right? They're like starting that fraternity, right?
Yeah.
And like they're trying to shut them down. And the one guy goes, for being like kind of idiots, they're really surprisingly good at paperwork, right? So my dad was living in South Carolina and Columbia. So it's the South Carolina Gamecocks. Mm-hmm. Now, there used to be this old style of hat that just had like the logo, and it just said Cox.
Yeah.
Then underneath it, very small, it said the University of South Carolina.
Exactly.
But my dad bought me that version in a shirt.
Okay.
So it was so obnoxious. And I would wear it all the time when I was like a junior. And multiple teachers at DeMatha, principals were like, and then it got to the principal, and they were like, he's like, you cannot wear it. But my buddy, who just was very nerdy, he went through like the whole student rule book and everything. And he's like, technically, you could wear it. And we went back. Finally, they were just like, we're tired of dealing with you idiots. Just wear the goddamn shirt.
Really?
Just don't. You cannot
You
wear
won.
it. You can wear
Yes,
it
you won.
at games. They're like, we don't want to see you wearing that in the hallway. And it's like, all right.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What were you asked to remove, cover up, or get rid of? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Therese. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So, the little backstory, I found out back in high school that you could make your own sweatshirts through Spencer's. So I thought it was a good idea to get a white sweatshirt with the biggest pot leaf you could imagine on it with the words saying smoke it. And I thought it was a great idea to go to high school and see how people liked it.
I'm guessing your fellow students liked it.
Yes. Teachers did not. I was told to take it off immediately, and I didn't have anything underneath of my sweatshirt.
Oh, no.
So I started taking it off, and she was like, no. So I had to turn it inside out where you could still see it.
No, that's saying you can still see that, right?
Yeah.
Were you smoking weed at the time?
Oh, a lot of it.
All right. They also do that, too. All right. I mean, like, the kid that's going to wear that because they're already...
you can tell.
Hip to the knowledge, but...
in that case, I'd almost be like, Therese, you can wear it. Billy, you can't.
If you can smell it, I mean, you might as well wear it.
Yeah. I know somebody in my family he had a bumper sticker on his guitar that said, I love stoner chicks. And his parents were like, the kids down the street, their last name is Stoner. And I was like, all right. Whatever.
Okay.
You don't honestly believe that. Right? Like,
maybe they're trying to trick their kid into believing it. I don't know. I mean, it's
he's
just like
17 playing acoustic guitar.
Right. It means
I think
exactly
it comes
what you
with
think.
a dime bag of weed.
I got in trouble in 7th grade. I did not know what the word horny meant.
All right.
7th grade in shop class. And we had been on one of these cross-country trips. And I remember we stopped at like a souvenir shop, one of those cheap places to get the little license plates. And there was like a frog that had an erection, which is already very funny to a kid. Frog that has an erection, when you flipped it over, it said, smile if you're horny, right? And for whatever reason, this made me chuckle. So I don't know what horny meant, but I knew that this thing made me laugh because it's the frog with the penis. Anyway, I just wrote on a piece of paper, smile if you're horny. Because I thought it must, well, obviously it does mean something. I did not know what it meant. But I slipped it to these girls, right? Just because they were in the class. And you're trying to impress girls. Again, I don't know what it means. Now, they don't tell me, but the teacher sees it. Mr. Doyle, that was his name. He didn't realize who wrote it. So he's kind of calm, but you can tell he's irritated. And he holds the note up in class. And, oh, that's right, I drawn like a little frog on there. I did not add the penis. So it just says, smile if you're horny. He's like, who wrote this? I'm like, oh, I did, man. I just thought it was like a funny thing. He's like, this is not funny. And I mean, I got reamed out in front of the class, and not one of us in that classroom understood why I was in trouble. Because none of us used the term horny. We didn't know what it meant, right? It's just a stupid, like horny sounds like a funny word.
It is.
Right, when you're a kid. Like, so I had no idea. And I remember he is like red in the face, just berating me. And I'm like, yeah, okay, man. Like, it won't happen again. But go home, same thing, like with the Give Me Rozzik and all the Give Me Head shirt, where I'm telling my mother, I'm like, God, I got yelled at today. What did you do? And I'm like, I just passed a note. It was just funny. It just said, smile if you're horny. I'm like, what? I'm like, well, I saw it at a souvenir shop, and it seemed really funny. She's like, the frog penis? I go, well, yeah. She's like, oh, my God. So she explained to me what horny meant, which, again, when your mom's telling you, it's just so gross, and you don't want to have this conversation. And I'm like, ew. Okay, well, one, if I had known what it meant, that would not have been the girls I would have handed it to. But now I see why Mr. Doyle was so mad.
What were you asked to remove, cover up, or get rid of? 206-803-ROCK.
It's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault.
Jam on. And today, Seattle World Cup matchup inspired Bad Choice Friday. On Monday, Belgium takes on Egypt. Representing the country of Belgium, give it up for Technotronic.
Yeah.
Technotronic pumping up the jam, representing Egypt. That would be the Bengals.
Like an Egyptian.
Will it be the Bengals walk like an Egyptian, representing Egypt, or Technotronic and pump up the jam? Technotronic being from Belgium. Vote now if you follow us on X and Men's Room Live. Also, you can vote on YouTube at KISW Rock, and that is a tight matchup.
Same on X.
Yeah.
It is super tight.
52-48 right now as far as YouTube at KISW Rock, if you are voting there. Okay, do we have time for a few emails to the men's room at KISW.com?
You've got mail. You've got mail.
And a couple on our question, how did food get you in trouble? Guys, I work for a grocery store. A larger woman got a bunch of groceries with some questionable choices, junk food and a Diet Coke six-pack. Store owner bagging the groceries said that, you think this will help? As he put the Diet Coke in her cart.
Oh, damn. Was that your dad again, Ted?
Jesus Christ.
I mean, it sounds like it.
Your
Just
dad was
fight-
more direct, but it's...
He was, but like just
You
fight
can't
the
say it.
urge.
You can't say it.
Did he lose his mind at like a drive-through one time?
God, there's so many stories. Yes. Yeah. Right. So, I mean, a couple times. The main one I remember, right, was again, it was something as simple as like pull around the corner.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And then he went in there and it's like me, my mom, him. And I mean, he's like, I will jump over this counter and rah, rah, rah. I mean, I think
What was it about?
Again, just like any of these idiots you see blow up at a fast food person.
Yeah.
It was like they missed a sauce or it was taking too long.
Okay. All right.
You know what I mean? Like there was nothing crazy. I mean, in retrospect, I could see this.
Yeah.
Right? To be like, Jesus, he needs to control his anger. But he just couldn't.
Guys, had a girlfriend that was a terrible cook, so I'd regularly grab a cheeseburger on my way home. She caught wind of that, and it caused way more trouble than you can imagine.
Because you brought a cheeseburger home?
Well, he would stop and get one before he would go home because the food was so bad that
yeah.
she cooked. And she got wind of that.
Oh, she started piecing it together.
Yes, my brother went and saw one of our cousins in California, and Chris was a big guy and a very, very hearty appetite, man. He was one of those guys, and so he could eat all day. I mean, he was an Italian dude, man. He just ate all day. And he picks my brother up from the airport. And they stop at In-N-Out Burger. Now, Chris gets a couple of burgers. By the way, they're going to his house for dinner.
Right.
All right. So Nick gets a hamburger, my brother, and so they stop. They have to eat the burgers in the car, and then Chris pulls over like on the way there in like a 7-Eleven, whatever, to throw all the garbage in the bag away. Had to drink all your drinks. My brother's like, you've never seen a man eat fast in your life. He's like, I'm trying to wolf this thing down. We have to get rid of the evidence. And I guess when they walked into the house, Chris still had like ketchup in the corner of his lip. Or something like that. And his wife wiped it and smelled it and went, did you stop and get food? I mean, almost identical to what this guy was saying. It's like, well, I mean, we might have stopped, got a quick hamburger. And she's like, there's food on the table. Like, I just made, like, whatever it was, lasagna or some crap. And apparently she was pretty pissed. Nick was like, I just didn't know what to say. You don't shut up, don't say a word. Just walk in. He's like, when you, and he told my brother, he goes, now, when you're eating dinner, it's what you got to do. You got to sit up real straight because that'll give you more room in your stomach. And you'll be able to act like you're still hungry, and you'll be able to finish this. That's what I do it all the time. That's his advice to my brother.
I mean, I could fathom maybe with a buddy being at a bar, and it's like, screw it, let's split an order of wings before dinner. But stop it to hammer down an In-N-Out Burger. Like, ugh.
Unbelievable.
Also, I say, like, I feel like most people I've dated have always been, some were better than others, but they were all good cooks.
Sure.
Typically, people cook what they can make.
Typically.
I mean, I would never invite somebody over for dinner and try to do a new dish or experiment with something. I'd have to cook it once before. Guys, last time I was in court, another defendant was there for getting pissed about a 25-cent up cost for extra sauce. So she strolled in, shoved an employee, and stole the entire bottle.
Damn.
Wow.
I mean, okay.
I remember I told you my brother, when he was selling candy bars at this one metro stop in D.C., he got robbed.
Yeah.
And then 10 years later, Bernie's selling candy bars at the same metro stop. Guy walks by and says, like, give me a candy bar. You know, Bernie, F you. I ain't giving you S. Guy comes back with a gun and goes, give me all your candy bars and your money.
Don't sell at that metro stop.
That's the lesson
That's
here.
the lesson.
I had a horrible face surgery that involved stitching up my gum where they went in. Said I could eat anything I wanted. So I got a hamburger. Lettuce ripped it open and got stuck in there and had to have it like emergency stitched back. And now I can't stand any kind of dental work. I freaked the F out. Guys, when I was about 13, 14, me and my half-brother ate all the marshmallows out of a brand new box of Lucky Charms. The next morning, his mom's boyfriend went to make a bowl of cereal and flipped the F out on us for eating all of the marshmallows. Now, fast forward about a month, and they have another brand new box of Lucky Charms. To be smartasses, we opened it and ate every piece of cereal, leaving only the marshmallows. I wasn't allowed over at their house for 3 months after that.
That is brilliant. I like it, man. Totally worth it.
Let's see here. Only self-trouble, but I'm a glutton for shellfish. Love going crabbing, eating as much crab, shrimp, clams, basically anything shellfish. Well, I got gout at 26 years old and now have to limit what I can eat and drink. So that sucks. How old were you when you first had an episode, Ted?
Gout flare-up? Probably same thing, probably late 20s.
Okay.
No.
I will say, I meant to ask this earlier, like, what is the line on poisoning yourself? Like, you ate a mushroom, you like
I definitely did.
You passed out, but I knew stuff I was eating before I took the medicine, and I would still get gout. Or like sometimes, if I eat pizza and then get into some Ben and Jerry's, like I will wake up with like excruciating stomach pain.
Really?
So does that count? It's like poisoning yourself?
I mean, yeah, because you know what you're getting into. I made myself a chocolate peanut butter milkshake the other night.
Ah, sounds good.
Dude, it's so good. But I know what's going to happen. So I made it about 10 o'clock at night. I drank
Put it in a blender?
Yeah, put it in the blender. Got that little ninja blender thing.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, right? So anyway, and like I know what's going to happen. I know this, but I do not care because it's that good, and it was delicious. I woke up about 2:30 in the morning. I mean, just with the worst stomach pains imaginable, farting my, running to the bathroom, all that. But I'm like, but I knew this was going to happen. Like I can't be mad about it because I knew this is the price I would pay, and I'm going to tell you right now, it was worth it, and I'm going to do it again this weekend.
Right, so I'm with you. Like there's sometimes, like I'm just like, does that count though? Like, are we poisoning ourselves because we know we're going to be in pain?
Yeah, it's voluntary.
Yeah.
I mean, look, man, it's like Ted, you pointed out, alcohol is a neurotoxin.
Yeah.
Nothing about that sounds positive.
That's a good point. We poison ourselves a lot.
Right? No problem going to the bar. It's like, this is a neurotoxin. Like, right. And I'm going to give you money to give me this neurotoxin.
Well, I'm not supposed to eat a lot of nuts because of diverticulitis.
Right.
And the fact, well, also, I have a very difficult time passing it. All right.
But nuts in general.
Well, but I ate an entire jar of Planters peanuts. Okay. I mean, I was stoned. I just kept going back. They're so delicious. What? I ate the entire jar in one night, Dad.
I know. It's just of all the things you could like.
I stopped halfway.
Screw it. I'm eating peanuts.
I stopped halfway through. All right. For the next night. Somehow I woke up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Went down there, just kept doing handfuls and shoving them in my throat. I couldn't poop for days. And when I did, man, it looked like a Nutter Butter.
Right.
It was just like it was nothing but peanuts. The whole first loaf that came out was just nothing but peanuts.
Go wild this weekend, Mike. I'm eating peanuts.
But it came out like sandpaper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like scraping the ends. Like, it's like, God damn.
There is a line on heat that I will deal with. Especially like if I'm eating.
What are
like,
you eating?
If it's like Indian food, you know, if it's a flavorful
You're
heat,
right.
and
Not
I'll know
wings.
as I'm eating it, like if I'm sweating, this is really going to hurt tomorrow morning. But I'll be like, I don't care.
But what do we do with ethnic food, right? Like, because so with wings, I will give myself a cutoff as far as heat.
Yeah.
Indian or Mexican, I'm like, whatever, man. I know it hurts. Same thing, right? It'd be the same as eating hot ass wings.
Because
but
it would be
for-
disrespectful to their culture.
That, you know what? That's what it is.
Yep.
I'm just full of respect.
All right, we have time for a few birthday emails brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
And if you're looking for salsa over the weekend, West Seattle Thriftway has it. And I know for a fact that Market Time in Fremont.
The mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Speaking of the question, Friday we'll be at the Angry Beaver
Yes.
in Greenwood.
Can I wear that shirt?
Little soccer viewing party there.
Can I wear a shirt that says the Angry Beaver? Because we're going there Friday,
Yeah.
right? For the soccer.
Well, you might not be able to wear it in middle school.
Because it's a bar.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's because it's a bar.
Exactly.
Right.
Live music, by the way, from Dead Sugar and Moon Fever as well. Doors are going to open at 11 o'clock. The bands are not going to
Fever.
play and interrupt the game.
Well, no.
Just know that. They're going to play you the beginning or the end or whatever the deal is.
Halftime?
But, yeah, it's absolutely free. So stop by the Angry Beaver on Friday for us and watch USA and Australia. All right, our question, what were you asked to remove, cover up, or get rid of? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Eric. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Quick question for Ted. Who are we? Who's the soccer team we're rooting for here?
Besides the USA?
Okay, that answers my question.
Yeah. Well, right.
yeah.
Like generally, I talk about Arsenal's. That's a club team in England, but this was just like USA, and then I don't know if they get bounced, I might pick up somebody else. But
Who do you think you pick up? USA gets bounced.
well, it's weird because I love the English Premier League, but I don't like their national team.
Right, you don't want England to win. I understand
Correct.
completely, right.
I mean, for the World Cup here in Seattle.
Well,
They all bounce around.
correct. So
So
like today, I was probably going to cheer for Egypt because I like Mo Salah, right? He's played for Liverpool, and I never cheered for him there. So like sometimes I just watch enough soccer. I'll just pick a guy I like on each team.
Sure, that makes sense. Well, who are you rooting for, man?
I'm rooting for you guys. Anyway, I'll tell you my story. I picked up this bumper sticker at Zoomies, and I'll make it radio friendly. It said, "I'm too drunk to F, just suck it." And it was my snowboard. And after a few times up the lift, they asked me to remove it because it was a family-friendly mountain. But
Did it say the F word like spelled out?
yes, everything
All
was
right.
spelled. It was a bumper sticker.
So was it like where on your board was it? Was it like hanging on the bottom so when you're going up the chairlift, everyone could read it?
No, it was right on the front. So as you're going up, people riding up with me could read it.
I see. So somebody had to have complained.
Yeah, I'm guessing so, yeah.
Were you an adult or a kid at this age?
I was an adult.
All right.
How hard is it to remove a bumper sticker, though, once you put it on your snowboard?
I still have it. I peeled it off and I put it on my snowboard scraper.
Okay.
Okay.
I like it.
Very good.
You still have it to this day?
This very day.
All right, my man. Like, all right, I'll remove it, but I ain't getting rid of it.
What were you asked? What were you asked to remove, cover up, or get rid of? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Joshua. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores.
And a pirate's key.
What's that?
And a pirate's key.
Pirate's key.
A pirate's key.
And if you don't know the reference, it's from a movie.
I don't. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So I was in 11th grade, and I had gone through the DARE program in the 6th grade. And I got one of their DARE shirts.
Which tells me you deal drugs, but yeah.
And so I, as a rebellious teenager, decided to go to Zuby's, and I picked up a DARE shirt that said drugs are really expensive on the back of it, but it said DARE on the front.
Sure.
And I was in probably my second period class, and of course it was an English teacher who gave us a test, and like
she didn't do a good job, did she?
Walk around the class, right? And sure enough, he came up to the back of me and he's like, "Hey, yep, can I see you after class?"
Why is it always English teachers? What is it with English teachers? If it's on the back of your shirt, somehow the English teacher is the one who finds it.
I don't know. This guy was really kind of a creep. He was a kind of a creepo to the girls in our class too, but he did not like the boys in the class.
Well, he drew the line somewhere.
Yeah, I think we know why. Yeah. So you went through the DARE. So I'm familiar with DARE because it exists, but if you go through the program, like, what are you actually doing?
We didn't have a program. We just had the van come up with a crime, McGruff, the crime dog, and a couple things.
That's what I mean. Like, we
give
heard
us a
about
presentation, and that was it.
But I never knew anyone actually did. Like, so what do you do in the DARE program?
So in the school that I was in, they called it their DARE program, and because if you wanted to be part of it, you had to sign your name and say that as long as you were in high school, you were never going to use drugs.
All right, fair enough.
Basically.
Okay.
And
that's legally binding.
It pretty much was. And so I did sign up for it, but I rebelled, like I said. And so in my second period class, the English teacher, he's like, "I need to see you after class." And he's like, "I can't tell you that you cannot wear the shirt, but I need you to turn it inside out."
Yeah, that's typically
that seems to be the. Here's my thing. Like, look, DARE. I'm trying to do you solid, and I know you have chapters all across the country, and I don't think Seattle's an exception. But if I'm running the DARE program in Seattle, like kids, I can tell you anything, right? Because you're going to hear a million assemblies, and people are going to talk about the dangers of all kinds of different things. It's up to you to determine whether or not you believe us. So I'm going to go ahead and prove this to you. We're going to go on a field trip to 3rd Avenue in downtown Seattle, all right? And we're going to hang out there for an hour. And then I'm going to ask you at the end of that hour, do you want to be like them? If your answer is no, don't do drugs. Right? Like, you can give a presentation and speak of the dangers and et cetera, and it's like, you're not wrong, and there's nothing wrong with telling kids that, but they can't really absorb it. Mm-hmm. But I think when they witness it, like Billy, that kid, the dude who attacked you with the rusty screwdriver before we pulled him off, he's on drugs. Yeah. Do you want to be like him? The guy that's asleep standing up with the one tooth in his mouth, and it's not even his tooth, and it's brown, do you want to be like that? Okay, so when we talk to you about the dangers of drugs, here it is.
Right.
Here's the reality.
And it didn't work.
Right.
Right? Like DARE and all that stuff's like in the 80s and early 90s. Like that's when you had
the explosion of drugs.
Explosions of drugs, criminal gangs.
But a lot of times you over-explain things. Like, you're also telling kids how to get drugs. I know that's not your intent, but it's like, really reevaluate, exactly how you choose to approach it. But I'm telling you, a field trip someplace, it wouldn't hurt.
I think in any instance, instead of hearing from an officer, you want to hear from a prisoner. No matter what the deal is, no matter whatever your message is.
That's all we got in Baltimore City, brother. They rolled up.
Yeah,
you mother effing think you're tough. You think you're tough. this is how it started, right? It was not even good morning. And these guys were, I put your bitch ass in prison. Guess what would happen? We're like, this is a high school assembly, man. You know what I mean? But this is.
But that works.
Yeah, because you're scared of this guy.
Right. And he's telling you the conditions on the inside as well.
And he was tougher than anyone there, and he's telling you he doesn't want to go back. We're like, yeah, all right, man. I believe that guy.
What were you asked to remove, cover up, or get rid of? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Joe. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hola. Doing well, man.
Hey, so it's my first time calling in. I moved from the East Coast. I'm from Philly. And we used to have this really cool, South Street on Philly used to have all these really like alternative shops, metal shops. It was like all this stuff. Right?
Yeah, I've been there. It's a great spot.
Yeah, right. So I started dating this girl at the end of 8th grade. She was like, we were really into rock and metal, and all this stuff. So we were like a month out. This was Catholic grade school, a month out from finishing 8th grade. And we went to the shop. And we both picked up 2 shirts. And so I was like, yeah, like, why don't you wear yours? I'll wear mine. Like, it'll be kind of cool, So the next day I get there and I don't see her. I'm like, oh my God, she totally just she didn't go through with it. She stayed home. I walk in with my Black Sabbath shirt, and on the front is the Last Supper, but with select people's heads replaced by members of Black Sabbath.
Oh, I know the shirt,
My teacher was like, what is that? And I was like, oh, it's just like a shirt. Flip it inside out. I go to the principal's office, and my girlfriend's sitting there. Her Marilyn Manson shirt is already inside out, and she looks at me and goes, we're getting suspended for 2 days. And I was like, oh, well, come on.
Was it Charles Manson instead of Marilyn?
Oh, my God, that would have been worse. Yeah,
I don't think you need to.
Okay.
At a Catholic school. Look, I get it from the Catholic school. You're kind of like, all
I look
right.
back at it.
Hey, man, how old are you?
Yeah. I think, how old am I now?
No, how old are you now? Yeah.
39.
Did you ever go to any of those strip clubs like Cherry Hill, Morristown area, man, where it's BYOB?
No, but Show and Tell in Philly was pretty famous for some crazy stuff. I never went to the one.
I thought that was the greatest thing I've ever experienced in my life. Like, there's a liquor store next door.
Yeah.
And it was
There's some in Baltimore.
The camaraderie was unbelievable because there'd be, a 4 table of dudes. They would have a 12-pack of beer and, say, a bottle of Jack Daniels or whatever vodka they had. And whatever you had, and you just started trading stuff. Like, hey, man, I'll give you 2 or 3 shots. And next thing you know, man, there's a table of 18 dudes just sitting there, passing
trading booze.
Alcohol around. It's dirt cheap next door. I mean, you got plenty of money for the dancers. So, I don't know. I was just like, this is awesome.
I think it's the way it should be done.
Strip clubs are notorious for their drink prices being higher than normal.
Exactly.
So when you go in there and you're like, dudes throw me 3 Milwaukee's Best Lights. You're just tossing beers across the room. They're passing bottles around. People are swigging from them. Like, I love this place. This is awesome. Then right beside that was either a cheesesteak place or a pizza place.
Right.
It was really good. So you walk out there What were you asked to remove, cover up, or get rid of? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Tony. Welcome to the men's room.
Boo, bitches.
Boo.
Hey, so back in the 90s, I was in charge of a group of iron workers downtown Seattle building a few high-rises. And this is during when Tom Likas was on the airwaves. And one of my guys brought in an I Heart Ass sticker.
I heart ass.
It said I had a heart, and then it said ass.
Yeah.
And it was like one of Likes' props, And so I put it on the back of my hard hat, and it was a bumper sticker, so it curled around, kind of to the sides. And I had that thing on there for 3 years. And we went to do a new project over on the hill in Redmond. The company starts with a big M.
Mm-hmm.
And I was asked, I was actually, quote unquote, the superintendent of the contractor said, I have been asked nicely to ask you nicely to cover that sticker.
But boss, I love ass.
Exactly.
I'm not lying.
What else did Likas have? He had Flash Fridays. What else? Those are a couple things he had where you're just like, okay.
I mean, did you say, the CEO of your company likes ass a lot, too?
Yeah, exactly. But so it was one of those, do the right thing, and so I did, covered it up.
Yeah. You'd think on a construction, of all jobs.
Of all the places.
Of all jobs.
I know.
You'd be a little lenient. I don't care if you're Microsoft. You know what people do on Microsoft? They surf porn, guys. I'm wearing a hat that says "I love ass." Your CEO is knee deep in it, bro.
Why did you make an incognito window?
Yeah, I mean, like, come on.
Seriously, what was that for? You don't want the people to know what you're shopping for?
Yeah, exactly.
I doubt it.
Come on.
What were you asked to remove, cover up, or get rid of? 206-803-ROCK.
I just taken a Sharpie and put a B on there. Okay, I love bass or bass.
Well, I mean, look, whenever you work at those, whenever you're doing construction or stuff at those kind of places, you're always going to have that, right? Like when I was at the AFL as a janitor, right? Like I said, when you're a nighttime janitor, I couldn't stand there for 30 seconds and talk to you as another janitor because somebody would complain.
Yeah.
They're not working. And then we had to do a bunch of construction in there. And same thing, they were just normal construction guys. They were all union workers. But they would get complaints all the time about stupid stuff.
What they're wearing, what the coffee mug says.
Right, or the being too loud. It's like they're
the work in construction.
Yeah.
I will say at all the restaurants I worked in, the dishwasher got the most leniency on whatever it is they're going to wear, whatever the shirt
Well, no
might
one
say.
sees them.
Well, no one sees them, but it's still just like, look. And anyone who works in a restaurant knows this. If you have a good dishwasher, you got to let them get away with some stuff. Because if they're not there, the house collapses, right? So, I mean, certain guys, just wear super crude shirts. You know what I mean? Like, just because the penis is smiling, maybe this isn't the thing to wear. But keep in mind, every once in a while, they got to walk into the restaurant proper. If they're, bringing out glasses for the bar, and people always kind of give them a look, and somehow everyone just accepted he's a dishwasher. So it doesn't matter what his shirt says or how offensive or stupid it might be.
What were you asked to remove, cover up, or get rid of? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Sage. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, how's it going?
Hola.
Hola. All right, so the quick lowdown. So I'm at a hotel. I'm with my family. I got a lot of tattoos. I'm from the 90s, is what it is. I'm an alternative person. I have a pentagram tattoo with some other cartoon characters in the back. It's kind of grimdark. But I had another patron approach me while at the swimming pool telling me that I needed to cover up my tattoo because I was destroying the Lord's temple and bringing shame. I honestly was wildly caught off guard by this. But,
I don't think you expect to hear this.
Yeah, right. So I probed the guy's buttons, too, and I said, look, man, whether you believe it in or not, you can't just tell me you believe in one side of the quarter, could you? If you flip a quarter right now, there's a 50-50 chance it's going to land on either side. That's how religion works here in this particular sense, If
How did he take it?
Oh, he did not take it very well at all. He tried bringing over staff members, and they just had to persuade him to calm down. And it was really awkward for me and my family. Yeah, there were ongoing lookers, but my gosh.
I'm not destroying the temple of God. I got a tattoo. Certainly, you can tell the difference between these two things. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, no, that was weird. That was probably the most extreme of God, but still to this day, I think about it. So now when I do go out in public, and sometimes if I do hit a swimming pool with my family, I do kind of look around to see if there's any, people on the other side of the fence that might be equally offended. And I tell myself, is it worth the drama today?
Yeah.
Look, man.
Is it a cool tattoo?
Yeah, all right. So my favorite book is The Looking Glass.
All right.
That was just one of the coolest books that I ever read when I was a kid. Alice in Wonderland adaptation, the original, right? And so on the back of it, I have the Mad Hatter with a pentagram on the top of his hat. It's a spider crawling out. He's got some cigarette stain colored nails and some other, I won't say on the radio, something's going on. It looks very Gwar-esque if you're familiar with that. Yeah. So, I think it's rad bad. It's super cool. I have the caterpillar crawling down the side of my rib cage. It's got he's blowing out a corncob pipe with dead fetuses coming out of the bubbles of the corncob pipe. It's cool. It's cool.
No, look, man, I got a tattoo on my neck of the, heavy metal devil horns. It's got a little pentagram on the bottom. And it's like, look, if you think this is a religious thing, you're stupid. This is, maybe I like metal.
Yeah.
Do the math on this. That's why the hand is there.
But I'm telling you what, man, my mom did give me crap about Shout at the Devil.
It's like, dude,
See You in Hell from Grim Reaper. There were a number, Ozzy, Diary of a Madman, just based on the cover, I think.
It's like, these guys are entertainers, right?
She would have hated Meatloaf just based on the cover.
Bad out of hell.
Right?
Like that guy, he was like the 70s version of a crooner, for Christ's sake, right? His album did not measure up to the cool cover.
What were you asked to remove, cover up, or get rid of? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Matt. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores.
How you guys doing today?
Doing great.
All right. So this story was back when I was in high school, early 2000s, probably junior or senior year. So swim team. And one of the team members decided to have, I think his dad owned like a graphics shop or t-shirt, whatever, silk screening and all that. And so they came up with this idea to get on the front a silhouette of a person doing the breaststroke with the letters "Show us your breasts," and on the back, silhouette of a person doing the butterfly, letters saying, "We'll show you our fly."
Okay.
Did that cause any
We
problems?
made it about halfway through the day before the teacher's like, "You guys can't wear those."
Oh, man.
Like, come on.
How old were you?
This was 17, 16, 17, 18, maybe.
Yeah.
Whatever that time is, junior, senior year in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the age where they get upset. You know, when you're younger and they realize you don't even know what it means, they're much more delicate when they approach. Hey, can you just turn your shirt inside out? Once you hit high school, they're just straight up pissed. Right. Boy, it's like, dude, again, I don't know what you guys think is going on in the school, but I'm going to let you in on a secret. Every dude here looks at porn. We don't even have computers yet. We can get our hands on porn. You know what we talk about? We talk about sex that we didn't have, but we lie to our friends and say that we did. You know what the girls are doing? They're trying to be cute because they want the boys to like. Don't worry about the freaking shirt because the reality of what is happening here is much different than me wearing something stupid.
I cannot remember when Motley Crue's album came out, but here's the ironic part of it. I had just graduated from a Daisy BB gun to a Crossman pellet gun, and then from there, 12 or 13 years old, I got a 22.
Right. So you can shoot a gun.
I have a brand new 22 in the corner of my bedroom, okay? I went out to get a couple things at the mall, all right? So the first thing, there's an ammo store, Army-Navy store by the mall in a separate little building. I went there and bought, all the ammo I needed. And then I went to the record store, and I bought Shout at the Devil and a couple other ones. I think so I might have Michael Jackson off the wall. But this one had a pentagram on it, Shout at the Devil, the whole thing. My mom comes in giving me crap, and I swear to God, there's a box of ammo, and there's those albums. And I'm just thinking to and I remember thinking to myself at the time, like, I got a 22. That's not a big deal. Like, I'm going to shoot you. Right. Like, I'm so mad at you right now because you're going to get rid of this album.
Yeah. You're cool with this, but not me.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, good. Your guess is as good as mine. Cut up the categories include Steven Spielberg movies and fast food. And we've got your emails coming up next to the men's room at KISW.com.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, a local woman was left speechless when her husband said, yes, that is what he's wearing to dinner. But first, many people in our fair city are lining up around the downtown area right now for their chance to audition as a contestant on everybody's favorite game show.
Everybody's favorite game show. Are those marbles in your mouth?
Marbles in my mouth?
The game show, man. Are those marbles in your mouth?
I've never heard of it. And that's not everybody's favorite game show.
Truth or death?
Truth or death? What kind of game show is that?
If you're a liar, a dangerous one.
Well, no. People are not lining up around the arena for their chance to appear on Truth or Death or Are Those Marbles in Your Mouth. Our citizens are lining up for their chance to be a contestant on Wheel of Fortune. What? You don't like Wheel of Fortune?
Man, I used to watch it as a kid with my grandmother all through adulthood, but I swore it off 3 years ago.
You swore off of Wheel of Fortune.
That is correct.
I almost hate to ask, but why did you swear off Wheel of Fortune?
Because I was a contestant on the show. Did really well, but they never aired my episode.
You taped an appearance on Wheel of Fortune, but they never showed it?
Yeah, man.
Why did they shelf your episode?
According to the producers, I was both confusing and combative.
On Wheel of Fortune?
Yes, Stone, on Wheel of Fortune.
What did you do?
I played the game as it is designed to be played, man. I spun the wheel, I guessed the letter.
That's it.
That's it, Playboy.
Walk me through this.
I spun the wheel, I guessed the letter C, and that's when the trouble started.
The trouble?
Yeah, I asked for C, as in czar.
Za?
C-Z-A-R, czar.
Za. Why wouldn't you just say something like C as in candy or cake?
Those weren't the first words that came to my mind, man. The cameras are rolling. You get kind of nervous.
Felix, you're on TV in front of rolling cameras all the time. It's literally what we're doing it right now.
Yeah, man, but this is our job. Being a Wheel of Fortune is different.
Fair enough. But surely they didn't shelf your episode because you asked for the letter C as in za.
Nah, man, I spun the wheel again and guessed the P as in pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl. That's the word that you came to mind to represent the letter P.
That and phonetic, but I went with pterodactyl.
Felix, no one does that.
Does what? The whole point of the game is to correctly guess letters. So I kept spinning and I kept guessing. I guessed the letter M as in mnemonic, the letter K as in knickers.
Knickers?
Starts with a K, Playboy. Spun for the letter X as in xylophone, G as in gnome, and the Z as in zizziva.
Is that even a word?
Zizziva? Yeah, man. A zizziva is a tropical South American weevil. Ugly little thing.
Okay, Felix, well, I can see how that would be annoying.
I didn't come up with how to spell words, man. And that's not even the part that made Wheel of Fortune people mad.
No?
Nah, man. I got on a hot streak. I was working on the $1 million puzzle prize. The pressure was on. I was getting nervous, which made me sweat, so I took my shirt off.
You took your shirt off on Wheel of Fortune?
It was hot, Stone. Turns out you can't take your shirt off. Not on Wheel of Fortune, anyway.
And you didn't know that?
It wasn't covered in the rules, Playboy. Anyway, I got disqualified, and they shelved the episode. Oh, and Vanna White got a restraining order against me.
Why did Vanna White have to get a restraining order against you?
I put a tongue in her mouth.
You put your tongue in Vanna White's mouth?
What? No, man. That's not what I said. I put a tongue in Vanna White's mouth.
You had a tongue on you that was not yours.
Yeah, Vanna White asked me the same thing, only she was screaming.
Well, I'm sorry about your Wheel of Fortune experience, but I guess it's safe to say that you won't be joining the line around the downtown area, where thousands of locals are currently lining up for their chance to be a contestant on Wheel.
No, I will not.
We will be back next hour.
Hello.
Hello.
Wow, you have your own producer?
I like it.
The connection. Let me hear you again.
Okay. Hello.
Good connection. Let me. You guys. It's kind of overmodulated and staticky.
Oh. Okay.
Which may be the sound you're going for, but
it's just our natural voices.
It's clear on our side.
Yeah. Well, we're professionals over here.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not.
Do you want to try to call back?
Yeah, you sound good.
Do we both sound good?
So it's just in your head as far as the sound?
Now it's good.
Okay.
Maybe it was Mike Hawk who didn't sound good.
Yeah, he's
now you sound like my wife.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm gonna blame Mike Hawk.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Dan Patrick Show on Premier Networks and streaming on Peacock, everybody, it's Dan Patrick. Dan, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. I was looking forward to talking to Mike Hawk, but I guess we'll just have to make do with this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're stuck with us instead.
Exactly. We'll get to talking about the Hawks and 49ers game on Saturday in a minute. But a few questions first. As you know, we do have some commonality as far as we have to deal with your brother on a day-to-day basis.
Okay, how are you doing?
We're doing okay.
He acts like a nice guy, but I don't buy it. I mean, that's always smiling, always pleasant. I'm like, there's something up with this guy because no one's in a good mood all the time. I refuse to believe it.
Wait, now I got to get this. I know you're talking about your Hawks, but I was talking about your producer, Mike Hawk.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You can't get past that, can you?
Jeez, a whiz, Dan.
Okay, because I grew up with somebody whose name was Mike Hunt, and he was in my brother's class, my older brother's class. So when I saw this name, I could relate to it, just because we used to ask the principal to, over the loudspeaker, call for Mike Hunt to come to the principal's office, and our childish ways, we got a big kick out of this. So
Yes,
it brought back memories.
I won't call it childish. Early, when I first got into radio, I was also doing sports, all right? And I did it in Baltimore, Maryland. And at the time, there was a Tamir Goodman, I think was the kid's name. Anyway, he was a promising young basketball player, but his coach was also
Towson.
Mike Hunt, all right? So there was something had gone down, and at halftime, I guess the coach lost his mind and threw a chair. The chair ricocheted off of a locker and brushed Tamir on the shoulder. It was no big deal, but it was all the rage. And my boss kept getting mad at me because I said, you wouldn't expect that out of Mike Hunt, to walk into a locker room, and then Mike Hunt picked up a chair and hit Tamir Goodman. He was assaulted by Mike Hunt. So my boss naturally asked me to stop, and I'm like, what do you want me to do, dude? It's the biggest story in Baltimore right now. I have to talk about Mike Hunt. And the thing is, he did not go by Michael. He went by Mike, and that was the actual story. Mike Hunt picked up a chair and assaulted Tamir Goodman.
What is the best sports name that you've come across in your? There was a guy that was a linebacker in Illinois. Luscious
Pussy, and he changed. That was his name, and he changed it to Luscious Pussy because he went to the NFL draft.
That makes a difference.
Yeah.
Why would you change your name?
I know, man. I mean, your name is Luscious Pussy. That is your actual God-given name. I'm keeping it.
And wasn't Tamir Goodman the Jewish Jordan?
He was. Yes, he was. The Jewish
exactly
Jordan.
right.
Yeah, now I remember. Oh, by the way, while we're on names, my priest growing up, and my brother can confirm this, his name was Father, and his last name is spelled Blome.
Father, wait, spell the last name again? I'm sorry.
BLO.
Blome?
Oh, no.
E-M-E.
Father, was it Blomey?
Yes.
That is actually.
No, it was not.
Come on.
It was not.
I swear.
No, it was not.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
I have a newspaper article.
Oh, my God.
His name was William Blomey, and he actually left the parish and ran off with the principal's sister Ann.
Jesus Christ! Of course he did.
Yes.
Tell me he went by Will. Will Blomey.
Will you? Yeah. William Ulysses Blomey.
Blomey. Damn.
So, I grew up with some really interesting, small town, interesting names. There were the Rape Sisters who lived down the block.
Gee, better than the Rape Brothers.
What goes on in Ohio, man?
I don't know. We just grew up with everybody having, kind of their different names.
I'm from West Virginia, man. We didn't have that going on. You guys made fun of us.
We had the Kuntz family.
That's TZ, right?
Yes. Yeah, like Rusty Kuntz with...
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'm sorry if we went off on a tangent there. It was just Mike Hawk. I was looking forward to having him pick up the phone. That's all.
Yeah, he's late because there's traffic going on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Who was better basketball?
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Steven Spielberg movies and fast food are the categories that your guess is as good as mine. Coming up at 4:30, but first time for a few emails from the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Couple from our question, what were you asked to remove, cover up, or get rid of? Guys had a shirt in junior high that had a donkey with a graduation hat on. Below it read, "No one likes a smartass." Didn't go well. Back in 1987, after I graduated, I went and visited my high school and caught up with my favorite English teacher. She invited me to the teacher's lounge to have a cigarette.
Damn.
And guys, I had a shirt made for my dad that said, "To whom it may concern, F you." It was an old school typewriter writing shirt. He wore that thing all the time, and people hated it. Okay, do we have time for a few birthdays brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company?
Dip responsibly.
Let's see what we got here.
Also, I should add salsa responsibly to a lot of things.
Okay.
What, is this something that happened over the weekend?
It is. You know, you get a little heavy-handed with San Juan. Next thing you know, you're dripping salsa all over outside of your burrito.
Uh-huh.
I also don't wrap burritos the best at home.
Oh, the homemade burrito?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I haven't quite nailed that art. It seems so simple when you watch them. It just...
Yeah, you watch those guys at Chipotle.
Oliver Charles, anybody who can make a really good wrap, I'm always like, how did you do that?
I know. I'm doing what you did.
Yeah, like how does mine not stay closed?
Yeah.
I'm just really terrible at it. I don't know how to fold. I don't know. I
watch them do it, and I can't do it.
Even if I unwrap it exactly how it's wrapped, to put like, I don't know, dressing in there or something. Right?
Yeah.
Like guacamole in my burrito. Then when I wrap, I'll do the exact same way I unfolded it, and now it still won't fold the same way it was when I got it.
I know. And sometimes people, like, I was at my buddy's house, and he was like, "You want a breakfast burrito?" I was like, "Sure." He just went upstairs and made them and pumped them out. They were like wrapped in foil, perfect.
Oh, man.
But Charles, can you please wish the amazing Ryan Dawn Hildreth a very happy 18th birthday? She doesn't remember a time without the men's room around. And she would like some farts, a your penis is too small, some gits from Thrill, and some dad jokes from Miles. Thanks, guys. That from Brock, Suze, Maddie, Mason, and from Nora.
Get. I said get now.
All right, here's some dad jokes. What do you get when you cross human DNA with goat DNA? What do you get when you cross human DNA with goat DNA?
A kid.
No, you get kicked out of the petting zoo.
Oh, wow.
A doe walks out of the forest.
All right.
He says, that's the last time I do that for $2. A man and a boy are walking through the woods at night. Boy says, sure is dark and scary out here.
Go ahead.
Man says, you? I gotta walk out alone.
That's the first joke Castle ever told me. I'm like, I like this guy.
Happy birthday to my little nephew, Benny. Sending a birthday shout out all the way to Dover. Thank you for your service in the Air Force. And congratulations on your biggest promotions yet. That would be being a dad. Hope you're having a great time celebrating with your wife and daughter. Since becoming a dad this year, you've officially earned the right to tell terrible jokes. In fact, it's now required by the Dad Code. Here's one to help you get started. What do you call a dad who falls through the ice?
What?
A popsicle. Benny is hoping to hear the Dirty Germans, Miles with some dad jokes, and Bruce Willis doing a roof that doesn't leak. Thanks, guys. That from Aunt Kristen.
Yeah, apparently your popsicle got put to use this year if you had a baby.
Yeah,
what flavor is it?
Rocket Pop.
Yeah. All right, dad jokes. Got a couple for Ted. Ted, my dog keeps chasing people on bikes.
But your dog doesn't own a bike.
So I took his bike away. Yeah. What do you call an Italian at the World Cup? What do you call an Italian at the World Cup?
A spectator?
A spectator.
I don't get it.
They're not in
It's
the
not the old joke. Italy's not in it.
That's right. They didn't qualify.
Thought you'd like that one.
That's pretty good. That's pretty sporty of you.
Yeah, okay. And finally, here's a dumb question.
All right.
Why is the B silent?
In what?
Dumb.
Yeah, dumb question.
It's a dumb question.
Damn it.
Yeah. Oliver Charles, I want to wish my brother, but it's actually a pretty decent question. Our brother from another mother, Jake, a happy birthday. He has had a rough couple of months with a sickness that put him in the hospital. Thankfully, he's back home and now recovering. So can he get the Dirty Germans talking about being an electrician and a Leroy Jenkins? Thanks, fellas. That from Tyler.
Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins!
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I do not know much about how to be an electrician, but I do know how to do the shaka.
Yeah. So, she gets the same reaction with working with electricity or using the shaka.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
Guys, this shout out is for our oldest brother, Jacob. He's turning 33 today. Listen to you guys all the time, so this year we thought we'd send him a shout out for being a dope ass brother. Feel free, Mike, to do whatever bit you feel is fitting. That from East Kiefer and from Luke.
She wants a D, and she's going to get one.
It's time to take off the leash.
Josh, a.k.a. Mustard Man, is turning 38 today, one of the most genuine dudes you'll meet, and I'm grateful to call him a friend. How about a Leroy Jenkins and the Dirty Germans role-playing as medieval warriors dealing with a big black three-headed dragon? Woody woo, that from Nick.
Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, what you call a big black three-headed dragon is simply my penis.
Yeah. What does he ask for here? Medieval dragons? Mm-hmm. Ah. So, if you're not careful, your penis might end up breathing fire.
Yeah. Depends who you're with.
Yeah.
One for every hole, yeah.
Ooh, it burns.
I want to give a birthday shout out to my loving and beautiful wife, Nicole. Wonderful mom and is the foundation of our household. If you could please give her some green beans, an owl hitting the window, and Coach Ted with some summer break pep talks. That would be great. She's a teacher. Thanks, guys, and rock on. That from Chris.
Green bean.
What?
Green bean.
Okay.
Green bean.
All right, Coach should help you on this one. I know some teachers and principals in my life. You got to get out of that school. All right, just, I don't know, take a vacation, do whatever you want. Then do what most teachers do, depending on whether you have children. Get kind of drunk most of the summer, thoroughly enjoy happy hour, maybe go to the beach, visit a lake, all that kind of stuff. Wear sunscreen. And then around, by the time the Seahawks report to camp, you start worrying about that next year's lesson plan.
Guys, today my kids and I would like to wish a very happy birthday to our phenomenal husband and father. Jacob is a loving husband, incredible father, one of the kindest, most hardworking people I know, and our family is grateful for everything he does. The sacrifices he has made for the love, strength, and laughter he brings into our lives every day. Truly blessed to have him, and hope he knows how deeply he is loved and appreciated, not just today, but every day. So please wish him a very happy birthday with the Dirty Germans from his loving wife, Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah, I have bad news. All that wonderful stuff you said about your husband, he's on his knees in front of me right now.
Yeah. So, he is a great guy. So that's why we provided him with a very extra comfy chair for tonight.
Yeah, he has a very soft mouth.
Jesus.
Enjoy the show.
And finally, for the birthdays, Ola Bacholas, Kevin from Vancouver Island, BC.
Kevin.
Let's see here. Have you ever heard the joke about the Michael Jackson song? It's a real thriller. Okay. Let's see here. I admit it, naming the dog Shark and taking him to the beach was a bad idea. I've been on this earth for 58 years now. Cheers, guys. Could I get a bong rip? Thrill gets with an added get out of here, kid, you bug me. And some Miles dad jokes, please.
Get out of here, kid. You bug me. Get.
How many people? How many people live in Tiramisu? How many people live in Tiramisu?
I don't know.
I don't know. Nobody is deserted.
All right.
Who is a proctologist's favorite actress?
No. No. No.
I can't do that one?
No.
It's his name of an actress.
Yeah, I know.
Jennifer Lopez?
No. No. Move on.
All right. A prostitute approaches a guy and says, for $100, I'll do anything you want.
Oh, yeah?
He says, clean my house. And finally, why is it easier to be a drunk than to be an alcoholic? Why is it easier to be a drunk than to be an alcoholic?
Alcoholics have to go to meetings?
That's exactly right, Ted. No meetings.
No meetings. All right, that's a better way to say it, I guess.
No meetings.
No meetings.
All right, guys, here you go.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, someone on YouTube cleared up the punchline.
Yeah,
there.
me.
Yas
Yeah.
Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's world famous sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Mmm, Schweinefleisch.
Thank you, Bob. Let's get a contestant on the line now for Your Guess is As Good as Mine, 206-803-ROCK. Couple extra emails here while we get a contestant. Subject is Cheesecake Factory. All the guys keep meaning to send this in whenever you talk about the Cheesecake Factory. Check out the Try Guys on the YouTubes.
Oh, yeah.
They have a 3-part series where they try everything, I guess, on the menu.
Damn.
It's pretty damn funny, but long. 3 one-hour videos.
It has to be.
We ended up ordering things we normally wouldn't after watching the videos. They also have a pretty good video trying to eat their way through Pike Place Market. LARP on, guys. That from Tony.
And a boy, Tony. Appreciate it.
Subject is animal stories. About 10 years ago, we went to a state campground with our travel trailer and 4 Chihuahuas. Late Friday night, when we pull in, routine was wife would guide me backing in. Then she transferred the dogs while I started unhooking the trailer. She grabbed the first 2. I walked back to the truck, and my male, named Bandit, jumped on the armrest, locking the doors. Because we were prepared, my wife had a spare set of keys. I asked if she brought them. She said yes. I asked, where are they? She said, in her purse. Where is your purse? In the truck. 11 p.m., my loud-ass diesel idling in the campground, both sets of keys locked inside. My wife dealt with the neighbors over the noise. I called a locksmith. Took him 45 minutes to get there. He walks up to the truck. Bandit goes nuts, bounces on the armrest, and unlocks the door. $100 for the easiest door the locksmith has ever unlocked. Thanks, guys. That from Lawman Mitch in Mount Vernon. Okay, it's time for a little Your Guess is As Good as Mine. It's an easy game to play. We get a contestant on the line. You pick from one of 2 categories and then try to get as many answers right in said category before 3 strikes, and you're out. So, Steve, who is our contestant, ready to play Your Guess is As Good as Mine.
Hello, Nick. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Nick, welcome to the program. All right, we have for you today the states that spend the most money on fast food in the country. That includes hamburgers, pizza, chicken sandwiches, all across 50 states. So the states that spend the most, that's based on volume, also to some degree price. Sure, okay? And then we have Steven Spielberg's 10 best and 10 worst movies. If you can get 10 correct out of the 20 possible, and you can guess whether it's a best or worst movie, we'll give you that in the category as well. So, Nick, where you go? Fast food or Steven Spielberg?
Spielberg.
Spielberg it is. They say Disclosure Day didn't do very well over the weekend.
Because it only made $96 million.
Yeah, $44 million in the U.S., another $48 million internationally. Seems pretty good to me. I mean, could you imagine making that much money in one week?
And someone being disappointed.
So, Nick, the Hollywood Reporter, they ranked all 35 Steven Spielberg movies from worst to best. And they put, actually, Disclosure Day in at number 28.
All right.
To give you an idea. But they have the 10 best and the 10 worst. Either way, if you can guess one of these movies, then you need to guess if it's one of the best or one of the worst. We'll give you that one right. So what's your first guess? And your guess is as good as mine.
All right, let's try to go with the best first. Let's do Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan. Saving Private Ryan. Would you believe that is not in the top 10 or in the bottom 10?
It's somewhere in the middle.
It's
really?
in the middle of the 15. The 15 pack.
That's travesty.
Yeah, that is travesty. All right, well then, how about Schindler's List?
Schindler's List is number 4. Do you think that's one of the best or one of the worst?
Yeah, one of the 4 best.
It is number 4.
All right.
An uproarious family comedy, if you haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right, I feel like Private Ryan got docked because it's such a serious film, but Schindler's List is 4th?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, let's go with Jaws.
Is it one of the best or one of the worst?
Best.
It is the second best movie, according to the Hollywood Reporter. So they've got Jaws from 1975 at number 2.
Let's go with Jurassic Park for the best.
Nice.
Jurassic Park for the best. Not on the list. They do have The Lost World Jurassic Park from 97 as one of the worst.
Okay.
Okay, I'm about to say, wait a minute, the second one?
Yeah.
I thought Jurassic Park was a great movie.
Yeah.
Anyone can understand it. It's easy to follow. You enjoyed the story. the right people died and the right people lived. I mean, it's a Spielberg movie.
Yep. Okay. So you got 2 strikes against you, Nick, and you've got 2 correct so far.
Is this critics that came up with this list?
Hollywood Reporter.
Hollywood?
So I'm guessing so.
Bro, I would guess stuff like Close Encounters, E.T. Yeah.
Let's go with E.T.
E.T. It is on the list. Is it in the best or the worst?
It has to be the best.
It is the number 1 movie from 1982. They say of Steven Spielberg all time.
How is E.T. there and Jurassic Park isn't? I'm just saying, as far as the formula goes, and as far as making your kids happy, it's kind of the same frickin' thing.
Miles, can I ask if collaborative efforts work? I'm going to go in with Indiana Jones here.
Oh, right, when he's with Lucas.
They do
but
work.
he directed it. Remember
direct
He
it.
did
Okay,
direct it.
Let's go with Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you dare.
Not on the list. No. There are 2 Indiana Jones movies on the list.
They've got to be at the bottom.
Right?
One is at the bottom, one's at the top 10.
So Crusader's got to be on the top, and Crystal Skull's got to be
to be on the bottom.
Okay, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade is in fact number 9 as far as his best movies. Okay. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is number 5 as far as the worst movies from Steven Spielberg. Okay. All
right.
You guys want to try to guess anymore?
Close Encounters of the Third Kind and the best.
It is not in the top 10 or the top bottom 10.
Okay.
All right, how about Lincoln?
How about Lincoln?
Come on. No.
Lincoln, not on either list.
You went Lincoln, Steven Spielberg. All right.
I don't know, man. All right, what about
Jurassic Park and then Schindler's List?
I gotta look up his movies now.
How about the one that just came out, the one that's not getting all the reviews?
I'm going to say it's in the bottom 10 because I don't like it.
Which one is it?
Disclosure Day.
Disclosure Day from Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
It's not on the list, but The Lost World Jurassic Park is on the list.
That was a bum movie.
As far as the worst categories go.
Encounters.
West Side Story?
West Side Story, Ted, are you serious? That is number 5 in the best.
Really?
Yes.
God, I watched that a lot. My dad loved it.
Okay. All right.
Your face says it does not deserve to be.
I've told you 1,000 times. I don't know what it is. Me and my brother are just different than the other Smiths. We're not into musicals.
Okay.
Just start throwing out movies.
Was Back to the Future a Spielberg movie?
It was not.
Okay.
Catch Me If You Can.
Throw me off.
Catch Me If You Can, which is a great movie, not on the list.
That was Spielberg?
Hang on, let me see. I'm looking up his director stuff. Hang on.
Charles Indiana.
Oh.
E.T. Jurassic Park.
I can't believe I didn't know this was a Spielberg movie, but The Color Purple?
Oh, yeah.
Color Purple not on the list.
Really? Damn.
Ready Player One.
Come on.
Ready Player One? Oh, that's on the list. It's the 4th worst movie he's ever made. 2018.
War of the Worlds, is that on the worst movies as well?
It is not. Oh. There is a title with war that has war in it on the list.
War Horse.
War Horse, number 6, as the best.
What about this?
Actually, I like that movie.
This would be crazy. What about The Terminal? The Terminal was awful. That should be on the
Terminal is
bottom
number
list.
7 as far as the worst.
Thank you. That movie sucked.
And it ties with Always.
God, it was bad. Oh, my dad liked Always, so that's
Amistad?
Okay, I'm going to give you guys the 10 worst. They say the very worst, starting at 10, The Adventures of Tintin from 2011. Do you guys remember The Adventures of Tintin?
I remember the title.
Animated piece of garbage.
Maybe. Disclosure Day is number 9 from 2026. There's a tie at 8, Something Evil from 1972 and Savage from 1973. 7 is The Terminal, tied with Always. Number 6 from 1979 is the movie 1941.
Oh, God, I remember it.
John Belushi, I believe.
Yeah.
Then you got to Indiana Jones, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, Ready Player One, Kick the Can, the BFG from 2016.
Oh, yeah. That was a steaming pile.
And The Lost World from Jurassic Park is the worst movie they say he's ever made. Now,
okay.
As far as the 10 best, from 1987, at 10 they go Empire of the Sun.
I didn't realize that was him.
Number 9, Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade. Number 8, starring Tom Cruise.
Minority Report.
Minority Report is number 8.
Number
From
7.
2015, that would be Bridge of Spies. Do you guys remember Bridge of Spies?
I've heard of it. I don't remember what it was, but
Again,
I've heard of it.
These are the Hollywood Reporter, not our list. War Horse at 6, West Side Story 5, Schindler's List is 4, Munich comes in at number 3 from 2006, Jaws is 2, and E.T. the Extraterrestrial. That is your number 1 Steven Spielberg movie. All right, coming up at 5:08, we'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. You are listening to The Men's Room.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here. Exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, a local woman was left speechless when her husband said, yes, that is what he's wearing to dinner. But first, many people in our fair city are lining up around the downtown area right now for their chance to audition as a contestant on everybody's favorite game show.
Everybody's favorite game show. Are those marbles in your mouth?
Marbles in my mouth?
The game show, man. Are those marbles in your mouth?
I've never heard of it. And that's not everybody's favorite game show.
Truth or death?
Truth or death? What kind of game show is that?
If you're a liar, a dangerous one.
Well, no. People are not lining up around the arena for their chance to appear on Truth or Death or Are Those Marbles in Your Mouth. Our citizens are lining up for their chance to be a contestant on Wheel of Fortune. What? You don't like Wheel of Fortune?
Man, I used to watch it as a kid with my grandmother all through adulthood, but I swore it off 3 years ago.
You swore off of Wheel of Fortune?
That is correct.
I almost hate to ask, but why did you swear off Wheel of Fortune?
Because I was a contestant on the show. Did really well, but they never aired my episode.
You taped an appearance on Wheel of Fortune, but they never showed it?
Yeah, man.
Why did they shelf your episode?
According to the producers, I was both confusing and combative.
On Wheel of Fortune?
Yes, Stone, on Wheel of Fortune.
What did you do?
I played the game as it is designed to be played, man. I spun the wheel, I guessed the letter.
That's it?
That's it, Playboy.
Walk me through this.
I spun the wheel, I guessed the letter C, and that's when the trouble started.
The trouble?
Yeah, I asked for C, as in czar.
Za?
C-Z-A-R, czar.
Za. Why wouldn't you just say something like C as in candy or cake?
Those weren't the first words that came to my mind, man. The cameras are rolling. You get kind of nervous.
Felix, you're on TV in front of rolling cameras all the time. It's literally what we're doing it right now.
Yeah, man, but this is our job. Being on Wheel of Fortune is different.
Fair enough. But surely they didn't shelf your episode because you asked for the letter C as in za.
Nah, man, I spun the wheel again and guessed the P as in pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl. That's the word that you came to mind to represent the letter P.
That and phonetic, but I went with pterodactyl.
Felix, no one does that.
Does what? The whole point of the game is to correctly guess letters. So I kept spinning and I kept guessing. I guessed the letter M as in mnemonic, the letter K as in knickers.
Knickers?
Starts with a K, Playboy. Spun for the letter X as in xylophone, G as in gnome, and the Z as in zizziva.
Is that even a word?
Zizziva? Yeah, man. A zizziva is a tropical South American weevil. Ugly little thing.
Okay, Felix, well, I can see how that would be annoying.
I didn't come up with how to spell words, man. And that's not even the part that made Wheel of Fortune people mad.
No?
Nah, man. I got on a hot streak. I was working on the $1 million puzzle prize. The pressure was on. I was getting nervous, which made me sweat, so I took my shirt off.
You took your shirt off on Wheel of Fortune?
It was hot, Stone. Turns out you can't take your shirt off. Not on Wheel of Fortune, anyway.
And you didn't know that?
It wasn't covered in the rules, Playboy. Anyway, I got disqualified, and they shelved the episode. Oh, and Vanna White got a restraining order against me.
Why did Vanna White have to get a restraining order against you?
I put a tongue in her mouth.
You put your tongue in Vanna White's mouth?
What? No, man. That's not what I said. I put a tongue in Vanna White's mouth.
You had a tongue on you that was not yours.
Yeah, Vanna White asked me the same thing, only she was screaming.
Well, I'm sorry about your Wheel of Fortune experience, but I guess it's safe to say that you won't be joining the line around the downtown area, where thousands of locals are currently lining up for their chance to be a contestant on Wheel.
No, I will not.
We will be back next hour.
Thank you for watching. Please like and share this video. It helps us a lot. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and social media pages at In Action News.
KISW. The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
All right, so coming up at 5:08, we'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check-in with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. Scientists are saying that GLP-1s have improved male testosterone levels and sperm count.
Is there anything they can't do?
Help you cut back on drinking, smoking, your joints are better, you lose weight, you feel better about yourself, and then there's the people who poop straight for a week and are the opposite end of the spectrum, are having a hard time with those
Right.
things. Just depends on who you are.
And when you think about it, those GLP-1s, like you said, you're cutting down on your drinking, you're cutting down on your food intake.
Sure.
Like you said, your joints are getting better probably because you're moving a little bit more. Like, yeah, I'm not shocked that testosterone levels are getting better.
People's cholesterol gets better. Their
Right.
blood pressure gets better.
Well, and back to what was being said, like, as long as it's helping you get healthier, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
The less you can go to the doctor, the better.
No kidding.
If it costs you $400, $600 a month and you have that money, then and the doctor approves it for you,
It's cheaper than going to the doctor for health problems.
for an issue.
No kidding. No kidding. There's a legal brothel in Nevada offering England fans World Cup sports packages.
Nice. Sports package.
Yeah,
Wow.
pretty much. I think it's run by one gal that's down there, and she talked about how she had a regular from England who then she just kind of got inspired by it. Like, she's offering like overnight packages. Like, we'll just hang in the bed and watch the game and get a little kinky, have a little fun, and wake up in the morning, watch another game. And it's like, damn.
I might just go there and fake an accident. Wait, you're going to have sex and sit in bed and watch sports.
Right.
Okay, Mike.
Two girls, one World Cup.
It's like the equivalent of like $5,000.
All right, look, I've done it down there.
Oh, yeah. Why not?
Right? It was lately during December. I watched one morning in the breakfast place. I was watching Arsenal, little conversation, and then just say I had a date during halftime of a Maryland college football
There
game.
you go.
I mean, like, come on, man. Does it get better than
I'm
that?
about to say that's a dream right there.
I know. I still remember we were done. She's like, mind if I have a beer? And I was like, from the bucket? Go ahead. Listen, we've pretty much knocked everything but a bucket of Miller Lite.
You know what, little lady? Have yourself a Miller Lite.
So, you know what? When you go back in, send another one up.
Just know it's coming out of your tip. A researcher has penned an article detailing how AI robots can, in fact, go rogue.
Well, no kidding.
Right. Isn't that like the whole problem?
But they've known this for a while. Like I said, what Claude?
Okay.
I think that was one of the AI things. They're like, yeah, he's writing like 80% of his code now.
Right.
And we did not expect them to do that.
I heard it from a buddy, and I'm going to screw this up what it was, but they basically they went into AI and tried to optimize like a paper mill or something like that, how to optimize that particular sequence, and said within an hour it had deduced that the human race needs to be extinguished.
Right, that's what I mean. It's like, look, it never reaches a conclusion you want to hear.
No.
Inevitably, I've done my calculations. You should die.
Exactly.
No, we just want to do a paper
You're
mill.
slowing down production.
Right.
Go away. Put your thinking caps on, gents. Time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day. Again, it is still an open competition out here, but I do give you guys 70% chance of getting this one right. It's an adjective brought to you by the letter T. Now, something described as this is flimsy, weak, or uncertain. A T word meaning flimsy, weak, or uncertain.
Tensile?
Nope.
Tibbet was my first guess. Let me think here for a second.
Flimsy, weak, or uncertain. Let's see the sentence that they give me here. See, the theater had a blank existence for years, but today is on much more solid financial footing.
Tenuous?
Tenuous. That is the word.
Nice work.
The sentence helped.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if
it goes a long way with the sentence. Like, okay, all right.
A major study now suggests that there is no healthy amount of alcohol.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel they contradict all the time.
Like, we know.
Right. A little bit of red wine's good for your heart. Well, actually, no, it's not.
It doesn't matter. No one's drinking it because they think there's a health benefit.
Correct.
Right? That's you don't have to worry about doing that.
That's why I'm drinking it.
Right.
No health benefit.
Nobody would drink a protein shake if they didn't believe that there was health benefits to it.
Exactly.
Nobody would drink alcohol if it didn't get you all loopy.
Right. That's it. That's why we're drinking it, guys.
That's
We
right.
don't expect it to be healthy.
That's right. Fructose and glucose trigger different hunger signals, according to a new study.
What's the difference between them? They're both sugars, right?
They're different kinds of sugars.
All right.
I don't, to be honest with you, I don't know the difference of it.
That's what I mean. Like, I know they both serve a function. I know they're both sugars, but I don't know which one is quote unquote better if you need an equal amount. Like, I don't know.
Let's see here. According to AI, glucose and fructose are both simple sugars with the exact same chemical formula. They differ
you should
greatly
die.
in their atomic structure, how your body metabolizes them, and their sources.
Let's see. Glucose forms a stable 6-atom ring structure. It's mildly sweet, while fructose forms a 5-atom ring structure. It's the sweetest naturally occurring sugar, roughly 1.5 times sweeter than sucrose, which is your table sugar.
Okay, damn.
So I suppose it's just different types of sugars. You know how you got your grain sugar, you got your raw cane sugar, and all that fun stuff. You got your brown sugar, which is just sugar with molasses.
I've been going on the agave tip lately.
Have you?
Agave's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to use like a Splenda. Now I'm just in the agave world.
Isn't agave like actually good for you?
It's supposed to be. I mean, better than Splenda, which is something they made in a lab.
Yes. That's fair. That's fair. Bedtime smartphone use has been linked to overnight phone activity in teens. No kidding.
You say it in the statement. Like,
oh, they're using it at night. That's when they're using it.
Correct. Well, and the bed is such a great trap for using your smartphone. It's so easy to just get snuggled up in there, get comfy, and then whatever it is that you're doom scrolling on, if it's TikTok, if it's Instagram Reels, if it's Snapchat, if it's whatever it is that you're going through, when you literally have no place to go, especially when you're going to bed, quote unquote, you have 8 to 10 hours all by yourself of doing nothing. So yeah, of course you're just going to sit there and scroll.
Well, and a lot of times too, like teenagers, it's a little bit later, but there's still a certain time. Like you got to go to bed.
Absolutely.
So I mean, I would do it like if I could sneak in an extra half hour watching TV, or
you bet,
you know what I mean, or listen to the radio at night. Like you're always like, well, I don't want to go to bed yet.
And that could be what it is, right? They're watching movies or TV shows or texting their friends. You know, the phone truly has kind of optimized a kid's ability to just stay up and stay entertained.
I mean, years ago with my niece and nephew, we were at Deep Creek Lake, and we would just like go to the gym, and I'm like, what are you guys doing on those damn phones? And they were like, oh, we're just watching TV shows. I was like,
which is what you did as a kid, right?
It kind of dawned on me like, oh, you're right. They're using everything. They're just using the phone.
I used to stay up till 12:30 just to watch Conan when he first came on because I thought he was hysterical.
Yeah.
So he was like the funniest late night host that I could relate to.
Right.
So I made it a point to every night just stay up underneath the covers, had a little black and white TV, just kind of watch that bad boy.
There you go. Turn the volume all the way down so you don't wake anybody up. Hell yeah. Why not? We're getting into that time of the year, ladies and gentlemen, where we're changing of the seasons and it's time to clean things up once again. But you know what? You might be making some mistakes.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
So things that you might think are making this from the Washington Post, by the way, things that you might be doing that you think are helping, but they're actually making your home dirtier. So these are 10 cleaning mistakes that are making your home dirtier. They start with the vacuum, the washing machine, the toilet brush, the things that we clean, things need to be cleaned too. It's easy to overlook such tasks, but staying on top of routine maintenance helps keep things cleaner by preventing cross-contamination from dirty equipment, and it extends the life of household appliances and reusable cleaning tools.
Fair enough.
I think with the switch over from like a bag vacuum to a chamber vacuum, if you will, I think that has actually helped improve the life of my vacuum.
Really?
Just because you don't think about the bag on the vacuum after a while. It's like, why isn't this thing sucking near as much? And then you unload that thing and it's just jam-packed. Whereas with that chamber, you can see it right in there. You unload it every time when you're done.
You know what? You're absolutely
Do you have a dog strong, like a pet hair grade vacuum?
Yeah, it can clean that up.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
It's a good thing. It's a little Dyson.
Even if you don't have a pet, buy that.
Yeah,
for real. I mean, it's just a better vacuum.
Yeah, we've got one that's got a little green laser that shoots out there and shows you the floor. One, I've never known that hardwood floors are that disgusting ever in my life.
Do you have a light?
We have a light.
The light is what changed my life. Like, oh my God,
it's filthy. But then it becomes a game. You're like, hey, you're a little bit over here too.
Yeah, I don't have the light. I can just, when the light comes through my windows, that's when I typically jump up and start cleaning the floors.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God.
That's what drives
like
the wife
tumbleweeds in the corners.
Yeah. She'll sit at home during this time of year, and all of a sudden that beam of light comes through, and you can just see every granule of dust that's just rolling through. Like,
and like every nose print from the dog on the window.
Oh my God.
It's like, bro, do you specifically pick a different place to go to the window? Because, I mean, or do I have 300 dogs that are here when I'm not home?
Right.
Like, my God. Man.
I think, man, honestly, I think they do it to the same spot all the time.
Yeah.
My dog's nose print is, like, when the sun hits it, I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, your nostril imprint is on this window as high up as you can reach, but then all the way down from side to side.
It's amazing how thick that snot is on there, dude.
I know somebody with a smaller dog that likes to sit on the back of the couch, and it's like in front of their window.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're like, yes, I clean that window. He just every day he's up there just was pressed against
That's the thing. You'll clean the window, and honest to God, within 2 days, the sun comes back in, and it's like you haven't done it.
Correct. And this person keeps a very tiny house. I was like, they're like, yeah, I cleaned it.
Yeah, man.
I was like, all right, my bad.
You see it? You think I don't see it?
Right, like you don't need to take crap from me. Like, God forbid you clean your windows.
Fabric softener is the enemy of fabric such as terry cloth and microfiber. If you're accustomed to pouring liquid fabric softener into the wash or using fabric softener dryer sheets when you launder your cleaning cloths, stop it. Fabric softener leaves a coating on these materials that will transfer onto whatever surface they come into contact with, leaving residue, streaks, and cloudiness behind, especially on glass.
That's why I don't like fabric softeners.
I'm with you.
For that reason, even when I touch my clothes, I'm like, they feel like oily, kind of.
Yes.
I'm like,
the first thing I learned on that was the towels. Because same thing,
Yes.
I learned when I was a kid, like, okay, you put in the stuff and then you put in the fabric softener and away we go.
It does smell and feel better, though.
It smells and feels great, but it doesn't dry for crap.
Right.
It leaves that residue on there and it can't dry at all.
I just use dryer sheets, but I love them.
I love dryer sheets, yeah.
I love Downy in a good sweatshirt.
Yeah.
I don't really need it on the t-shirts or anything else. Just when you put that sweatshirt on, you're like, oh, yeah. That's a sleeping bag.
I look like the baby on the label.
That's right. We have a little lint ball that we'll throw into the dryer.
What do you mean a lint ball?
Well, it's a ball that's supposed to like keep the static down. It does what the bounce sheet does, other than it's not a fabric softener, but it just keeps the static down.
I also feel like if I don't use dryer sheets, right away I feel like everything I'm touching, I'm just shocking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn
it's
it.
like, damn it.
Son of a gun. The TikTok Maybe Do It cleaning hack. It's one to avoid for a number of reasons, including safety and efficacy.
And it's on TikTok.
Yeah. The main reason to avoid using laundry detergent as a mopping solution is that it makes floors dirtier. It leaves a residue that attracts and traps dirt, and buildup from the residue gives a dull appearance to floors. Again, if you saw it on TikTok, show me the life hack. No, it's not a life hack.
Don't go
it's something that some stupid teenager said, they'll believe this. And then you did.
You ever use like just basic old Pine Sol?
Yes.
It smells great when you walk back in.
Hell yeah.
You're like, oh man, Pine Sol.
Smells like the forests of Washington.
Smells like I'm productive today.
It just smells clean.
It does.
It smells chemically and acerbic, but you know the house is clean.
Murphy's oil soap, same thing. You walk in, you go, yeah.
See,
I clean.
When I'll clean the bathroom, I use the Clorox bleach on pretty much everything in there. And yes, it does smell clean, but I can't help it. Every time I walk in there after I'm done to go use the shower, it's like, smells like the pool locker room in here. Damn it.
That's kind of my issue with bleach. You know it's clean, but it just smells gross.
Yeah, it does not smell awesome.
No, it's awful. Magic erasers. They can be magical indeed, but using them correctly is not necessarily intuitive. It says, did you know that the melamine foam sponge needs to be wet to be effective? This is just one example of why it's so important to read the instructions that come with a new cleaning product or tool. Consulting manufacturer guidelines also can help prevent damage such as scratching, warping, or taking off a finish. I've never used the magic erasers.
No.
I think my wife may have bought. I don't know if I've used it or not. I just stick with my standard gear. I think they might be under the sink or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I prefer a sponge. I wring the thing out and I try to put it somewhere where it's not going to get disgusting, but after a while it still does.
Sure.
So you throw it away.
As my dad would say, if you got anything with stain in it, vinegar and something else. He was like a vinegar.
Baking soda?
Yeah, it's always vinegar.
Wait for that, Miles.
I've never used the stain sticks. I've used the little stain rubs.
Okay, yeah.
Like I was at a sporting event and just got something on my shirt right away, and the woman next to me was like, here.
I was going to say, I know a woman gave it to you.
Yeah.
Women,
Exactly.
especially women with children.
Right.
Mothers, like, dude, when they open their purse, like, if you need anything on this earth, they have it.
Says it might seem like using more of a cleaning agent will make things cleaner, but the opposite is true. Applying too much cleaner from sprays and foams to pastes and powder cleansers is counterproductive and leaves surfaces dirtier than before. This is true for two reasons. First, you'll have to spend an inordinate amount of time removing the cleaning agent. And second, even after all that wiping or rinsing, the surfaces are likely to be coated in residue that can trap dirt, dust, hair, and other particles.
Cool.
Yeah, go easy with it. We've got a mopping solution that you put in there, and I read the directions, and it's like, use a quarter of the cup of this stuff in like 5 gallons of water. You're gonna burn the living hell out of your floors.
Okay.
This stuff's toxic. Says this is the kissing cousin to using too much cleaner, and the ditching the habit of applying products directly to surfaces can help reduce the urge to overuse them. Unless directed by the manufacturer, it is generally better to apply the cleaning agents to a sponge, a cloth, a brush, whatever the tool that you clean with, and doing so will help control the amount of cleaner used and prevent streaks, cloudiness, and dulling.
Sure.
Which I still just spray right on something.
I don't. I'm pretty good about that.
You hit the rag first?
I hit the rag first.
Okay.
But I'm that guy.
Sure.
I didn't know that was the right thing to do. That is just the habit I have. So
Have you
I'm
done
glad.
that your entire life, or did you switch?
I think maybe when I started working in restaurants.
Gotcha.
Right. It's just that's a game changer when you get as far as cooking and cleaning. And Maryland has a very, very strict health department.
Gotcha.
So I mean, you had to get recertified to cook in the kitchen there every year.
Gotcha.
And they beat it in your head. And like anything, it's not a big deal.
Right.
It's just once and you kind of go, okay. But I realize you carry that into your everyday.
Sure.
Right. This is what I know what to do.
Because if you're spraying on a surface, it could also get in all the food and whatnot.
And that was a lot of it there. Yeah,
Sure.
specifically.
Spoons and cooking equipment on there that you're not wiping off.
Yeah.
So. After witnessing the fun fizzing effect from combining baking soda and vinegar, you'll be left with salt water. And salt water can be counted on to clean most things. Mixing vinegar with detergents, especially Castile soap, is that correct? Is another one to avoid. The acid in vinegar can alter the pH of detergents, making them less effective, and in the case of that particular soap, destabilizing and changing its viscosity.
Yeah. Also know if you have open baking soda in your refrigerator, it is there to bring in all of the odors that are in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Okay.
They all get put in the powder. So you cannot cook with that. You cannot clean with that. You cannot bake with that. You cannot use it in your food because it transfers all that crap into the flavor or into whatever you're cleaning.
No kidding. Yes.
I did not know that. And my parents were
I
both
didn't
at
know
work,
that
I
was a way
believe
to
it was.
deodorize it.
And it was how I found out. I did not know whether baking soda was in the fridge. In my mind, that's just where you kept baking soda. So I'm going to make chocolate chip cookies because I'm a kid. I want some sweets. F it, I'll do it from scratch. Call for baking soda. I use that stuff. And I think my mom got home first. Cookies are still kind of cooling. She's excited that I took it upon myself to do it. She took a bite. And she was just like, Jesus Christ, what is it? It tastes like bologna and eggs. And I'm like, what are you talking? Follow the directions. So she read through the directions. Like, where did you get the baking soda? It's all the stuff in the fridge. And that's what she explained to me, which you just explained. She's like, listen, man. It is a stink sponge, and all of that stink went into. And when I finally took a bite of a cookie, she's right. It tasted
like
old
everything
meat.
that you had in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I only knew it as everybody in my family had them, and my mom once was just like, that always stays in the fridge. Like, just don't
I've
touch it.
never heard of that. That's wild. This one says dust builds up quickly on vent covers, air registers, ceiling fans, window air conditioning units, and standing fans, lowering the air quality in your home and spreading the dust far and wide. Keep these areas dust-free with regular vacuuming. Canned air is another useful tool in the fight against dust, especially for hard-to-reach fan blades and narrow vent slats. That is one that I will admit I sleep on all the time, is cleaning out the vents.
I'm pretty anal about it.
Yeah,
it's not constant, but yeah, I'm on it.
I need to clean my air filter out of my deal. It's been a few more months than it should have been.
I mean, just do it. Just do it.
Yeah, I know.
And if you have an outdoor unit, if you're lucky enough to have that, go out and look at the grill on the back of that.
Yes.
Because it's going to collect everything because it's sucking in air.
Yep.
So it's going to collect all the dust from outside and cake on the back.
pollen.
Kind of like cleaning your dryer lint.
Yeah, and you get an idea like, oh my God.
Just take a broom, man, and broom that thing off.
And then I'll leave you on this last and final thing that the last and final cleaning mistake that's making your home dirtier. They say, why not end this on the most irritating note imaginable? Small messes such as soap scum, mineral deposits, or greasy buildup will turn into big problems when ignored. Regular cleaning won't entirely eliminate the need for heavy duty or deep cleaning, but it can greatly reduce the time and effort to remediate severe cleaning problems caused by neglect. It doesn't go away if you don't do it.
Just keep ignoring it.
Correct. Just knuckle under and get it done like everything else that you got to do. The more you ignore it, the worse it gets.
Right, just do it.
Right. Stop scolding yourself and just take care of it.
So I tell the kid, do the thing in front of you and then do the next thing.
There you go.
That's all life's going to give you, brother. You can like it or not like it, but it's there. Deal.
A real estate agent in Arkansas took one look at a house that they planned to show potential buyers and immediately refused to show them the house.
I wonder why.
Tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve at Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast a bungee jumping company from Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Oh, no.
This past Saturday, a woman signed up to bungee jump from a place called Skeleton Bridge there. She strapped on a helmet, and because she was nervous, staff actually had to carry her to the bridge's edge. And that's when she asked, and I quote, "Who was the crazy person to let me jump off of the bridge?" Anyway, she was still understandably tense, so the staff had to actually pick her up and toss her over. And the whole thing was caught on video if you're interested. In fact, you can hear the person filming it say, quote, "Guys, the rope." Yeah, they hadn't attached the bungee to the bungee jumper. She went 131 feet over the bridge.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, they
I saw the video of just
she's
throwing
nervous.
her off the top.
Yeah, they throw her over the top. And like I said, it's the person videoing who says, guys, the rope. And by the time you say that, it's too late. By the way, all of them are under investigation now for homicide by the Brazil police.
I believe it.
Yeah. They're like, it's not, because the police's position was like, look, it's one thing if she strolls up, it'd be a bad look, but if she strolls up there on her own and threw herself off, which has happened also in Brazil.
Yep.
Because in that case, there was a woman and her boyfriend. They were talking to the boyfriend. They said, jump. But the woman jumped. They hadn't attached her bungee yet. Mm-hmm. In this case, they physically picked her up and threw her over.
Yeah, I saw the video. I'm like,
it's just like,
I guess manslaughter, something. Somebody's got to be held accountable. You threw a woman off without the bungee.
They're coming after him hard. Like,
it gave me chills, dude.
Like, look, guys, things go wrong, but you're telling me 3 or 4 of you picked someone. Not one of you. It's a bungee jump.
Yeah.
It's like going skydiving. They forgot to give you the parachute.
They had her up over their heads. There was one that was at her legs and another one that was on her torso, on her arms. And just 1, 2, 3, and they just threw her ass right off there, dude.
Oops.
Damn.
So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party. Damn, Mike. To party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
All right, it's going to get tested online from Profile This, 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here. Exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, a local woman was left speechless when her husband said, yes, that is what he's wearing to dinner. But first, many people in our fair city are lining up around the downtown area right now for their chance to audition as a contestant on everybody's favorite game show.
Everybody's favorite game show. Are those marbles in your mouth?
Marbles in my mouth?
The game show, man. Are those marbles in your mouth?
I've never heard of it. That's not everybody's favorite game show.
Truth or death?
Truth or death? What kind of game show is that?
If you're a liar, a dangerous one.
Well, no. People are not lining up around the arena for their chance to appear on Truth or Death or Are Those Marbles in Your Mouth. Our citizens are lining up for their chance to be a contestant on Wheel of Fortune. What? You don't like Wheel of Fortune?
Man, I used to watch it as a kid with my grandmother all through adulthood, but I swore it off 3 years ago.
You swore off of Wheel of Fortune?
That is correct.
I almost hate to ask, but why did you swear off Wheel of Fortune?
Because I was a contestant on the show. Did really well, but they never aired my episode.
You taped an appearance on Wheel of Fortune, but they never showed it?
Yeah, man.
Why did they shelf your episode?
According to the producers, I was both confusing and combative.
On Wheel of Fortune?
Yes, Stone, on Wheel of Fortune.
What did you do?
I played the game as it is designed to be played, man. I spun the wheel, I guessed the letter.
That's it?
That's it, Playboy.
Walk me through this.
I spun the wheel, I guessed the letter C, and that's when the trouble started.
The trouble?
Yeah, I asked for C, as in czar.
Za?
C-Z-A-R, czar.
Za. Why wouldn't you just say something like C as in candy or cake?
Those weren't the first words that came to my mind, man. The cameras are rolling. You get kind of nervous.
Felix, you're on TV in front of rolling cameras all the time. It's literally what we're doing it right now.
Yeah, man, but this is our job. Being a Wheel of Fortune is different.
Fair enough. But surely they didn't shelf your episode because you asked for the letter C as in za.
Nah, man, I spun the wheel again and guessed the P as in pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl. That's the word that you came to mind to represent the letter P.
That and phonetic, but I went with pterodactyl.
Felix, no one does that.
Does what? The whole point of the game is to correctly guess letters. So I kept spinning and I kept guessing. I guessed the letter M as in mnemonic, the letter K as in knickers.
Knickers?
Starts with a K, Playboy. Spun for the letter X as in xylophone, G as in gnome, and the Z as in zither.
Is that even a word?
Zither? Yeah, man. A zither is a tropical South American weevil. Ugly little thing.
Okay, Felix, well, I can see how that would be annoying.
I didn't come up with how to spell words, man. And that's not even the part that made Wheel of Fortune people mad.
No?
Nah, man. I got on the hot streak. I was working on the $1 million puzzle prize. The pressure was on. I was getting nervous, which made me sweat, so I took my shirt off.
You took your shirt off on Wheel of Fortune?
It was hot, Stone. Turns out you can't take your shirt off. Not on Wheel of Fortune, anyway.
And you didn't know that?
It wasn't covered in the rules, Playboy. Anyway, I got disqualified, and they shelved the episode. Oh, and Vanna White got a restraining order against me.
Why did Vanna White have to get a restraining order against you?
I put a tongue in her mouth.
You put your tongue in Vanna White's mouth?
What? No, man. That's not what I said. I put a tongue in Vanna White's mouth.
You had a tongue on you that was not yours.
Yeah, Vanna White asked me the same thing, only she was screaming.
Well, I'm sorry about your Wheel of Fortune experience, but I guess it's safe to say that you won't be joining the line around the downtown area, where thousands of locals are currently lining up for their chance to be a contestant on Wheel.
No, I will not.
We will be back next hour.
Thank you for watching. Please like and share this video. It helps us a lot. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and social media pages at InAction News.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Thomas. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Boo, bitches.
Boo! All right, Thomas, you understand how this here game is played?
Sir, yes, sir.
Fantastic. You have your choice today of one of three categories. Today, we offer you the wonderful world of drugs. We have Hit Me With Your Best Shot, where you guess the unconventional object someone chose to use as a weapon. And finally, today, Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem.
Mr. Steve the Throwhill, would you please hit me with your best shot?
All right, we go to Northern California, where police are investigating a road rage incident that happened last week, and it ended with one person smashing something over the head of another. Now, there aren't many details on what prompted the altercation or if the people knew each other beforehand, but here's what we do know. The victim was driving when he noticed another driving following closely behind and honking. Both strangers pulled over, both strangers got out of their respective vehicles, and they started trading blows. Now, one of them pulled out their weapon of choice and smashed the other guy over the head. Then both drivers left the scene. It's unclear who reported it, but police say the case is being investigated as an assault with a deadly weapon. The question is, what was this deadly weapon used in this road rage incident? Was it a flashlight? Was it an ice scraper? Was it a thermos? Or was it a ukulele? So flashlight, ice scraper, thermos, or ukulele?
Did it, what time of year was it, did it say?
This was last week.
Ukulele season.
Not ice scraper season, though.
I'm going to go, Thomas, just because people typically have an emergency kit. They got a flashlight in their car. I'm going to go there.
Might be weird. Flashlight.
I'll just point out that my ice scraper is in my car now. It's just in there year round.
I don't have one. That's smart.
Northern California, they have all of them.
You say Northern California?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, my bad. I thought you said North Carolina.
Yeah, but also Northern California, they're weird out there. It could be a ukulele.
They are very weird out there.
Ukulele players are not weirdos.
So, Thomas, you going to go with the weirdo ukulele player?
In Northern California. Let's try ukulele. Why not?
All right. Weirdo ukulele player. Tim, where are you going?
Yeah.
I think it was a thermos.
All right. So you don't think it's...
Ukulele players are not weirdos.
Okay. What did he hit this guy with? Was it a flashlight? Did he hit him with an ice scraper, a thermos, or was it the weird ukulele player? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
You're listening to The Men's Room.
KISW.
But today, being Cinco de Mayo, we are very excited here in the men's room as we have the exciting return of Stunts on a Dime.
Stunts on a dime.
And with that, Oliver, who is a promotions assistant here at KISW, he's the man behind the scenes who maybe you won some tickets on the radio station or what have you. You might have even met Oliver out and about at one of our exciting events. Well, being that Oliver is of the,
we're trying to be very culturally sensitive
He's
today.
Mexican today.
I read something about Cinco de Mayo, and apparently Cinco de Mayo, thanks to all the liquor and beer companies, God bless them, they've made Cinco de Mayo bigger in America than it is in Mexico. So I'm reading today that apparently in Mexico, most places in Mexico don't even celebrate. It's like Arbor Day. Like, you know it exists, but no one cares. There's one little area that really gives a rat's ass because that's where the battle is thrown down. So to be culturally sensitive, the man who I thought was Peruvian, who's actually Argentinian, is going to pretend he's Mexican to eat a burrito.
How you feeling over there, Oliver?
I think that sounds about right. I'm feeling real good.
Okay, and you said you had plans after this?
I'm going to go to actually a Cinco de Mayo party in a
minute. No, you're not.
Dude,
but
I
if
hope
you
don't
could
plan on hitting on chicks. I hope
Right.
this isn't some place where you're like, I'm going to be the man. Because I'm telling you, bro, between breath and farting and everything else, you're going to be that guy.
Okay.
dirty beef farts.
Now here's, but if you make it,
Oliver, never say that again.
All right,
around
well,
me.
you just ruined your chances on your own. Dirty beef farts.
Jesus.
God damn.
Now I'm not even hungry, man.
No.
Okay, but to get to this point, because we've only got a couple minutes here real quick, because we're going to start the clock at exactly 4:30. Oliver, if you
In that
could,
case, you're under 50 seconds.
could you take that 5-pound burrito out of that bag there? And Ben's got the camera, so can we at least, we're going to film this deal.
Be my pleasure.
At least in stages. You know, we might cut back in at the 5-minute point, see how you're doing.
And the deal is you got to eat all 5 pounds of this burrito by 5 o'clock. 30 minutes to eat it, and it's on the house.
And
right?
with that, each member of the men's room will give you the standard $1, which is what you win on Stunts on a Dime, always is. But, Ted, you've upped the ante a little bit. You're going to throw in a little bit more if it can be done.
Boom. He gets it done in half an hour. An extra 20 coming your way.
So Ted got that
way.
extra 20 when he got kicked out of the strip club in Vegas.
Yeah. So a chance, Oliver, to win $23 in cash. The burrito is 5 pounds. Quickly, we only watch the atomic clock, Ted. How are we doing?
You got 8 seconds.
8 seconds?
Count down, man.
8 seconds. Count
5
it down.
seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Eat that
Go!
time.
All right, Oliver. So, yes.
He dives in head first.
That's unbelievable.
I've never
So
seen this.
we've got, we're just going to start it from here. And I'm assuming, that you're not a competitive eater by nature, Oliver. Is this the first time you've ever tried to do anything like this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, that was a dumb idea.
I did a little prep work last night, actually.
What, not eat?
No, I got real drunk and I went to Safeway. I said, give me some chicken fingers.
that was
your
your
preparation.
All right, well, I'm sold.
2.5 minutes, and Oliver has gone.
You
back.
trying not to puke, man?
He's gone
Okay,
back.
that was a weird look. I just glanced up, man.
Do you want a
Body
shot of
language.
tequila?
Oh, look at that face, dude.
you
If you're
gonna
with the
puke?
chick, grab her hair.
Come on.
You know what's happening.
Puke.
All right, come on,
Hey,
man.
Ben, have him smell the inside of the shot glass.
Do not puke in this studio, man.
Do it. I want to see some puke,
Don't.
man. Take another bite and puke it out.
Don't puke it
Come
out,
on.
Oliver.
Act
Keep
like
it
you're a hot
down,
chick.
man.
Eat.
Keep the beef in your belly. Twerk along. Oh, no.
Getting close.
Hey, get that can out there. Get that can. Castle right there. Get that can. Oh, he's got a can. Okay, I'm just making sure.
Oh, it wasn't puke. It was just a mouthful of beef.
Oh, all right.
Wait, you didn't eat it all. You got to eat it out of the trash can.
Listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Categories, hit me with your best shot on profile. This will go to California for a road rage incident that ended with someone smashing something over the head of whoever they were fighting with.
Correct.
But they said it was a deadly weapon.
That is
So
what
an
is in the
assault
police
with a
report.
but they don't know who these two parties are. But either way, what was the guy hit over the head with, or the gal? Was it a flashlight, an ice scraper, a thermos, or a ukulele?
And Thomas, that is a question that we posed to you. And let's start with you. You said it's Northern California. They're weird. So you're guessing the ukulele. And you are correct,
Oh,
sir.
damn. Weirdo ukulele player.
I told you.
See, Ted, he
It's
told
not
you.
the ukuleles are cool. Ukulele players are cool. It's the Northern California part that makes it weird.
Thank you, sir. Glad you clarified
That's
that.
the 1% of ukulele players that are weird. So
And
There's probably a higher percentage for somebody trying to learn it. I don't think they're all weird.
But they all live in Northern California. Yeah.
The weird ones, too.
The weird
You still practicing?
I am. I haven't taken a lesson in a couple weeks. I need to get back in there.
But do you feel like you're getting better?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's all you can do.
Would you assault someone with it?
No. It's a nice uke, and it was a gift.
Okay. Do you have any stickers on it?
Nah, man. She's pure.
Keeping it clean.
I gotta play a club or something for her. God damn it.
We can make that happen.
No, I know.
Yeah, we can make that happen. We know Wyatt only.
Next Friday at the Angry Beaver.
You want to do Loud and Local, brother? I know a guy.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh,
Just one song. Just one song. Just one song.
Pete Smith, I do
Come
know
on. One song.
I
Rocky
like
Top.
Wyatt. Once I learn my one song, maybe I'll show up and tape a segment
That
for
would
it.
be awesome. The new originals featuring
Over the rainbow.
Yeah, do that one. Yeah. I got to write that down. Okay, now for all TV news all time for TV Time with Dan.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right. Now, sometimes this time of year can be a little boring, but it's not. We got a lot of stuff going on. And basically, this weekend, we saw the conclusion of two of our big four major sports. We'll start with hockey.
And they're going to clinch it appropriately with a total team effort and a shutout. The Carolina Hurricanes have won the Stanley Cup for the second time.
It is a little odd. Sometimes you see the end of that and you go, oh, 4-2. Like, didn't go 7 games. But keep in mind, like, the Knights won a game.
Sure.
Then the Hurricanes won a game. Then the Knights won a game. Then like, it was a good series.
Yeah, it was competitive.
I mean, I was sitting in a bar a couple weeks ago watching that comeback they had when they were down 2 or 3 goals in the third period, and just like, good for them.
Yeah.
Summoned will.
It was fun. Fun to watch.
Yeah.
Even 4-2, fun to watch.
I was going to say, and it was nice having Sunday nights, like, live sports on. I'm like, all right, we'll watch this. Obviously, I would say maybe the bigger story of the weekend in those kind of sports was Saturday night. You had the New York Knicks winning it finally, again, winning an NBA championship.
5 seconds remaining. Fox to Wemby. Wemby tries a three, puts it up, off the mark. Anunoby to rebound. It's over. It's over. Knick fans, this is not a dream. Your long, long wait has ended. Go ahead and cry. After 53 years, the Knicks are finally NBA champions once again.
53 years.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many people? There's got to be thousands of people that were born and have died in New York City
that have never saw
him win anything.
No.
Yeah.
Next up, the Mets.
Yeah, but the Mets have won in the last 20 years, I believe.
No, it's got to be the Jets.
Oh, come on.
I mean, that's the thing. The Jets and the Giants just seem to be abysmal. Well, but again, the Giants
are
the Giants have a couple, right?
They do.
They do have a couple, and their general manager's stupid, but they made a good coaching move. The Jets, I believe when you walk into the stadium, it's the same as going to hell, like, all ye that enter, abandon all hope. I mean, to be a Jets fan is
I do appreciate the New York fans who are tried and true fans of their team.
Yeah.
So, it's easy to jump on the Yankees bandwagon. People do it all around the world. It's the most iconic logo probably in sports.
Correct. There's a lot of Yankees fans who, right.
And Giants, same difference. You know what I mean? I don't know. If you're a Jets fan, your dad was, your grandfather was, and all that
Correct.
stuff. Now, as far as the Knicks go.
Well, and I do think the Jets, too, from what I understand, there's a lot more Yankees fans almost outside of New York than there is in New York.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're from any part of Manhattan, which includes, a lot of neighborhoods most people know, or the Bronx, which is kind of the opposite of Manhattan, they're all Yankees people.
Yeah.
But I do know there's a lot of other boros will cheer for the Mets just because they hate the Yankees.
Right. Brooklyn's got a number of fans. The Knicks they were the team for the NBA, but they hadn't won in New York.
And don't get me wrong, we understand the Nets are there in Brooklyn, but for years the Knicks were the one team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's Devils fans, but that's more Jersey, this and that. Sure. They're all kind of Rangers fans. And then you're right. Look, whatever you think about Spike Lee, I think the man makes great movies, right? Some people don't. Spike Lee has been there. I mean, as long as
every game, yeah.
Correct. You can't get on him. Chalamet's younger, but he's from New York City. You know what I mean?
It's been a lifetime for him. He might be young, but it's been his entire life.
When they last won, they had Knickerbocker written on the back of their jackets and warm up. So that's all a picture of it. They weren't even the Knicks; they were the Knickerbockers.
Yeah.
Jeez,
think about that.
I mean, that's a long time ago. I mean, they still are. They're just not called that.
They are right, and that was a big thing back in the day. There was theaters and everything else. I'm not positive where the Knickerbocker is.
I don't know.
Do they make pants?
Yeah, it's pants.
Yeah, it's slacks, right?
Yeah, it's pants.
They make pants.
The New York pants.
Yeah, you've heard of knickers,
Yeah,
right?
they make slacks.
Oh, yeah.
Slice
right.
the New York
No,
slacks.
they seriously are. It's freaking slacks.
Yeah.
And I got brown slacks,
There you
tan
go.
slacks, green slacks, blue slacks.
We make pants.
Yeah.
Now, the downside to the Knicks winning was their fans kind of went crazy. Now, look. Yeah, and the other night when they lost that game at home, there was video of them, picking fights with, Spurs fans and stuff. Again, we go blue in the face saying that, cut it out. But, yeah, it was a Saturday night. What was I going to say? They set fire to some vehicles, including 5 school buses that were hired to transport World Cup fans from MetLife Stadium. Obviously, that's not the stuff you want to see. There was terrible stuff going on. But I think the problem is, for the Knicks, it's a very likable team.
Sure.
Right? Brunson's easy to like. Cat's easy to like. It's just some of their fans just make it hard to like them.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you what. All the leagues do stuff in stages. We've talked about this before. After the NBA championship, the next thing for Silver will be to go out there and announce the 2 new NBA franchises.
That'd be Seattle and Vegas.
So that's the next big stage thing they do with the draft. Or whatever, however they make it.
Yeah, right, because the draft will be right for the end of June.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to be getting close to it. Yeah, and I mean, the other thing, too, is the Knicks are one of those teams. If you know anybody from New York City, from New York State, you know what I mean? They hold on to that, but you always just kind of go, all right, whatever, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? So to see them actually win it, like I said, good for them. Be a little bit cooler if their fans weren't. And look, you're going to have to. A year from now, we might all hate Knicks fans again.
Oh, sure.
They just haven't been relevant enough. And like I said this last week, to me, Madison Square Garden is that cathedral of basketball.
Sure.
It's been there forever. It's an old stadium.
Boston Garden's one. But the Madison Square Garden is original. All these others are just rebuilt.
Correct. TD Garden, it's a completely different venue and this and that. And you're right, but also New York City to me, kind of is don't know. That's where like hoops. It's where the Rucker Park is.
Yeah.
This and that. Like they kind of get that one. Look, I don't like the Packers, but it's hard to say that Lambeau Field wouldn't be that for football.
Yeah, Madison Square Garden always hosts a conference championship in college or the NCAA.
I've been there. Saw the Big East tournament there once, and we got robbed. Not inside there, but I mean it happens. Obviously, the big story is the World Cup going on. Friday after we left here, the World Cup matches were starting. I went down. I have no reason to tell you this other than it was a lot of fun. We went down to that viewing party in Pioneer Square. It was awesome. There's plenty of seating and standing room if you just want to watch it. They had chairs and tables out. They also had like a fenced-in kind of little beer garden thing. Now, look, that game didn't kick off till 6.
Right.
I think they opened it at 4:30, so my friends beat me down there and got some space. But, like, the beer garden had plenty of room. It's not going to be the cheapest beer you ever had. But
of course.
Just saying, either way, if you want to go and hang out with some people, I mean, maybe the NFC Championship game, I haven't high-fived that many random strangers in a long time. And the NFC Championship game, it's kind of like, all right, but like I just feel like I know more Seahawks fans.
Of course.
This was a nice group of just different types of people that like they might go to Sounders games. Some of them I think are just there for the World Cup. It was a fun environment. I know I was going to say there's other stuff going on. The U.S. plays again on Friday, but it was also fun because the U.S. came out and for a change scored goals at will.
Weston McKennie into the middle. It's an own goal. It's the United States on the board. Less than 7 minutes in. The Americans are here in their home country, Los Angeles Stadium. The United States 4, Paraguay 1. It is as close to a perfect beginning as any of us could have possibly imagined.
Yeah. I mean, traditionally we struggle with scoring.
Oh, yeah.
Right? We came out there on fire.
Let me ask you a question. What is up with Alexi Lamas? As far as the comment, like, does he have a chip on his shoulder?
He does.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just a douche.
Yeah, why is he a douche?
Because he got super famous way back in the day for kind of being like the weird hippie guy that was on our national team.
Yeah.
Right? And he got very popular, and I get it. But over the years, like he really is not, like he was a great soccer player for the U.S. But in the pantheon of U.S. soccer players, he's just not that high on that level.
That's what I was asking.
So he kind of got that job because he was so well known and showed up on stuff. And then over the years, people change and stuff, and he's gotten much more into kind of the rage baiting, super conservative guy, and just people just don't like him. Why they continue to hire him, I don't really understand because like most Europeans have no freaking clue who he is. It's a little crazy to see him up there with Zlatan Ibrahimovic and then Thierry Henry, who are two of the greatest footballers to ever.
It looks like Zoltan
ball.
wants to beat his ass. I watched a robot video on it. I was just like, Jesus Christ, man, shut up to this guy because I know that guy. He's nuts.
Yeah, he just really thinks. You know what? I would sum it up this way. I think Alexi Lawless thinks a lot about how great Alexi Lawless is.
I think it does too, but also, I mean, let's face it, man. Everything. If you can get, Stephen A. Smith built a career on that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Throw crap out there, and I know Stephen A. Smith's a little different, but to me, inevitably, when you break it down as a broadcaster, you're like, I get your formula. I do believe that Stephen A. Smith is smarter than the dumb stuff that comes out of his mouth. I think Alexi Lawless is exactly what you think he is.
I think he's just outstayed his welcome. And sometimes, look, in the United States, we didn't do a good job, right? There was this famous guy, what was his name? Tommy Smith or something, this Irish guy that used to do soccer coverage on ESPN. He had never played in his life.
Oh, really?
He just had an accent and was like already doing something there, so they put him on there because he knew the game.
Yeah.
And it sounded so like I get why Alexi Lawless back in the day was all over everything, but like nowadays I'm like I don't know why he's still. I just think we have other commentators. I love Taylor Twellman. There's other guys that do a great job. Hell, I wasn't the biggest fan of Landon Donovan.
He does a great
player.
job, though.
He does a very good job. Now, he's calling the games often, so he won't be there on studio. But, like, yeah, I mean, Clint Dempsey, right? Like, he's a great American. He's obviously not one of the best Europeans, but he does Champions League and stuff for Europe all the time, and they respect him. Like, I think Alexi Lawless is in this really odd spot now where, like, that age group of American fans that loved him, I'm not sure they like him. Newer kids have no idea, and the Europeans.
And there's nothing likable about
this
it.
Guy?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Talking smack.
Right. I mean, with that said, Alexa, I'd go have a beer with him and be like, what changed? But yeah, that's why he's on everything.
Hey, man.
Like I said, you still got some sports going on. You still got college World Series. I also have a first-hand report. My brother talked to him today. Ole Miss lost both their games, so he's already home. But he said, if you like college baseball, just go.
Go to
Omaha. You don't need to know. You don't. He goes. We met people that just go every year, and he's like, you don't have to have a team in this tournament. He's like, just go to Omaha. Like Nebraska, shocking. They're super nice, and they are excited you're there.
Well, of course.
So you got another game of that on tonight, and I believe we have one more World Cup game tipping off here soon.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here. Exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, a local woman was left speechless when her husband said, yes, that is what he's wearing to dinner. But first, many people in our fair city are lining up around the downtown area right now for their chance to audition as a contestant on everybody's favorite game show.
Everybody's favorite game show. Are those marbles in your mouth?
Marbles in my mouth?
The game show, man. Are those marbles in your mouth?
I've never heard of it. And that's not everybody's favorite game show.
Truth or death?
Truth or death? What kind of game show is that?
If you're a liar, a dangerous one.
Well, no. People are not lining up around the arena for their chance to appear on Truth or Death or Are Those Marbles in Your Mouth. Our citizens are lining up for their chance to be a contestant on Wheel of Fortune. What? You don't like Wheel of Fortune?
Man, I used to watch it as a kid with my grandmother all through adulthood, but I swore it off 3 years ago.
You swore off of Wheel of Fortune?
That is correct.
I almost hate to ask, but why did you swear off Wheel of Fortune?
Because I was a contestant on the show. Did really well, but they never aired my episode.
You taped an appearance on Wheel of Fortune, but they never showed it?
Yeah, man.
Why did they shelf your episode?
According to the producers, I was both confusing and combative.
On Wheel of Fortune?
Yes, Stone, on Wheel of Fortune.
What did you do?
I played the game as it is designed to be played, man. I spun the wheel, I guessed the letter.
That's it?
That's it, Playboy.
Walk me through this.
I spun the wheel, I guessed the letter C, and that's when the trouble started.
The trouble?
Yeah, I asked for C, as in czar.
Za?
C-Z-A-R, czar.
Za. Why wouldn't you just say something like C as in candy or cake?
Those weren't the first words that came to my mind, man. The cameras are rolling. You get kind of nervous.
Felix, you're on TV in front of rolling cameras all the time. It's literally what we're doing it right now.
Yeah, man, but this is our job. Being on Wheel of Fortune is different.
Fair enough. But surely they didn't shelf your episode because you asked for the letter C as in za.
Nah, man, I spun the wheel again and guessed the P as in pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl. That's the word that you came to mind to represent the letter P.
That and phonetic, but I went with pterodactyl.
Felix, no one does that.
Does what? The whole point of the game is to correctly guess letters. So I kept spinning and I kept guessing. I guessed the letter M as in mnemonic, the letter K as in knickers.
Knickers?
Starts with a K, Playboy. Spun for the letter X as in xylophone, G as in gnome, and the Z as in zither.
Is that even a word?
Zither? Yeah, man. A zither is a tropical South American weevil. Ugly little thing.
Okay, Felix, well, I can see how that would be annoying.
I didn't come up with how to spell words, man. And that's not even the part that made Wheel of Fortune people mad.
No?
Nah, man. I got on a hot streak. I was working on the $1 million puzzle prize. The pressure was on. I was getting nervous, which made me sweat, so I took my shirt off.
You took your shirt off on Wheel of Fortune?
It was hot, Stone. Turns out you can't take your shirt off. Not on Wheel of Fortune, anyway.
And you didn't know that?
It wasn't covered in the rules, Playboy. Anyway, I got disqualified, and they shelved the episode. Oh, and Vanna White got a restraining order against me.
Why did Vanna White have to get a restraining order against you?
I put a tongue in her mouth.
You put your tongue in Vanna White's mouth?
What? No, man. That's not what I said. I put a tongue in Vanna White's mouth.
You had a tongue on you that was not yours.
Yeah, Vanna White asked me the same thing, only she was screaming.
Well, I'm sorry about your Wheel of Fortune experience, but I guess it's safe to say that you won't be joining the line around the downtown area, where thousands of locals are currently lining up for their chance to be a contestant on Wheel.
No, I will not.
We will be back next hour.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, a sensei in Rhode Island is teaching Taekwondo to amputees. He's calling it martial arts. But first,
why you still dressed like a knight, man? Yesterday, you said you were dressed like it because you were promoting the Renaissance Festival. Then here you are today, still wearing armor. Are you really that jealous of me being a real knight?
No, Felix, I am not.
Then why are you still dressed up as a knight?
Why are you dressed like a knight?
Because I am a knight. You know this, Stone. Also, I saw you parading around earlier. I didn't want you stealing my knightly thunder.
Your knightly thunder? Okay, well, full disclosure, I'm dressed like this for a second day because I don't know how to take off the armor.
What?
I'm stuck, Felix. I'm stuck in this knight's armor.
You're stuck?
Yes! I've been stuck in this ridiculous costume since yesterday's broadcast. I had to sleep in this armor. It is not funny, Felix. I don't know how to get out of it. It's very heavy and cumbersome. I'm supposed to fly out of town this weekend.
Yeah, a real knight would know how to de-armor himself.
I never said I was a real knight. And I just want to get out of this costume.
Yeah, I can help you, man.
But you're not going to, are you?
No, sir.
Fine. I will figure it out myself.
Will you?
Honestly, I don't know. Me and my lovely wife spent 3 hours last night trying to pry me out of this ridiculous outfit. We used WD-40, a crowbar, dish soap, and a prayer.
My uncle got himself stuck in a costume once. It wasn't knight's armor. He was in a bear costume.
He was dressed like a bear?
Yeah, but the zipper broke and he couldn't get it off of him.
What did he end up doing?
Living with it.
Living with it?
Yeah.
Are you saying that your uncle lived with being trapped in a bear costume? He just went about his life permanently dressed as a bear.
Well, his life did change a lot after that. He lost his job as a paramedic.
He was a paramedic while dressed as a bear?
No, that's why he was fired. Because he looked like a bear.
Bonnie, this story is not helping. I don't want to live trapped in this outfit. I want to get out of it.
He got out of the bear costume in about a year.
A year? Oh, for the love of Pete, how did he finally get out of the bear costume?
He just took a long walk in the forest.
A long walk in the forest, that's it?
Yeah. A hunter thought that he was a real bear and shot him.
Oh my word, Bonnie, that is terrible! That's what it took to get him out of the bear costume?
Not exactly. It wasn't until the hunter took the bear to be taxidermied. When they cut the bear open to stuff it, they found my uncle inside.
Was your uncle okay?
Well, no. A hunter shot him.
Did he survive, at least?
Well, no. A hunter shot him.
Bonnie, is the story of your uncle supposed to make me feel better?
No,
Okay, well, it doesn't.
it shouldn't.
That's just great. Just great. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doomed to die in this costume. I guess I'll just die a night.
You will do no such thing, Playboy.
Thank you, Felix. I appreciate your confidence.
No, man, I'm saying you will die a peasant with stolen valor, wearing a knight's armor.
Okay, let's go to break. Get me out of this costume!
Thank you for watching. Please like and share this video. It helps us a lot. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and social media pages at InAction News.
Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. New York McDonald's is sued as a woman claims an Egg McMuffin ruined her life. Meanwhile, the Spider-Man of Yemen has an interesting way of leaving his wife. Tina's caught in Boston after robbing a kid's lemonade stand. Guy attacks a man with a knife, and a tourist jumps in to lend a helping hand. And a real estate agent tries to sell a home full of squatters and lots of snakes. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
All right, our top story in Arkansas for something out of the Ted Smith's nightmares. A local real estate agent had arrived at a home preparing to show it to potential buyers. It was business as usual as the agent was going over some info on the house when they looked over at the front porch and noticed a squatter. They took that opportunity to take a quick video of the front of the house where we see the intruder, a black rat snake that was slithering around the front door. Then the shot pans to the eaves of the front porch, which several other snakes are hanging from said eaves. And then we pan to an electric panel that has another emerging as well. This thing is infested with rat snakes. Ugh. Yeah. The house was the agent immediately refused to show the house to the buyers. They said, nope, we're just going to go ahead and move on from this one.
Yeah, you don't want this house.
Yeah.
Nobody does.
No.
Except that one creepy chick you knew in high school.
Yeah.
Right.
Other snakes? I'll buy it as is.
They're free?
Just when my wife and I were looking for looking to possibly buy a house just before the pandemic struck, there was one house that we showed up in the driveway. The agent took one look and said, I'm not selling you this house. Get in the car. We're going.
Damn.
Get it out of here. We're not doing this.
I mean, you can afford it, but...
Yeah, right. Oh, I mean, I could. We could absolutely make the deal happen, but no. In other news, we go to South Boston, where criminals get started early. This is a sad story. A brother and sister aged 12 and 11 were doing what plenty of kids their age do, especially this time of year, and they were operating a lemonade stand out of the neighborhood for passersby to get a refreshing drink. During their business hours, a pair of teenagers aged 14 and 11 arrived at the stand and asked if they took Apple Pay. Not long after that encounter, the older of the two customers brandished a gun and demanded the pink box of cash, which contained about $50. The siblings gave up the cash without a fight, the boy saying that he was just mostly annoyed that kids shouldn't be dealing with guns at their age. The stand has since opened back up and earned a visit from Boston's mayor as well as several other supporters. They say a portion of the proceeds will now go towards a local gun violence prevention group. The 14-year-old was arrested and faces serious juvenile charges. His accomplice has yet to be brought in. A 14-year-old drew a gun on these kids.
But that, like I said, because we were talking about that last week, right? That makes more sense. At least it's another kid doing it.
Yeah.
Right, as opposed to an adult.
Right, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, a grown-ass adult is doing it. It's just, what are you doing at 14 years old where you've already got the nads to just walk up to this group, brandish a doggone gun?
Letting other 14-year-olds know you can't fight.
And you live in Southie.
Right. Just saying, come on, man.
South Boston.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like, it doesn't matter. A lot of cities, like Southeast DC is the same way. It doesn't matter which group of people live there. It has always been the worst part and toughest part of the city.
Yep.
Same with Southie. Like, doesn't matter who's down there, if it's the Irish.
East Baltimore, same thing.
Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it just stays kind of dangerous.
We go to Yemen, where a thrill seeker got more than they could handle. A local daredevil known as the Spider-Man of Yemen recently set out on his latest daring stunt, climbing the walls of the Hardadam volcanic crater. I'm sure I said that wrong, in the southern province of the country, without safety equipment. As you can imagine, there's a reason why people have safety equipment, and that was displayed in a short video where our man is seen holding the cliff's edge with his right hand, and his left is in the air, waving around before he loses his grip with his right and plunges nearly 400 feet into the crater and the waters that sit within. Crews and divers were sent to recover the fallen daredevil, which took about 4 hours and some very careful work. The Civil Defense Authority took the opportunity to urge people to observe safety procedures when engaging in adventure sports.
Well, suit yourself. That's how it ends, man.
Exactly.
You're an adult. You understand the risk.
You're right. People will watch because what you're doing is daring by not wearing your safety equipment, and you proved why they watch on the edge of their seat.
I mean, look, I watched the Walindas go across the Grand Canyon. I'm not going to try to do it.
No.
Maybe that's just me, but you go like, do what you want. But look, if brother fell off the high wire, you go like, that's why I won't do it.
That's right. You've made your bet as somebody who's doing
an adult.
Horrifically dangerous stunts. You know, there's the kids in Russia that are doing it. You know, they'll climb like these tall ass cranes and whatnot and hang from them and do stuff like that. And yeah, it makes really cool looking videos. It's also stupid.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Shoot yourself.
You're gonna kill yourself doing this, man. But just in case those stories left a bad taste in your mouth,
thankfully there's good news.
We go to Ireland, where Belfast has a new hero. The story goes that our man, along with a buddy, saw somebody in trouble as they were pinned to the ground by an attacker armed with a serrated knife.
Jeez.
The two stepped in with the buddy knowing Brazilian jiu-jitsu and ready to act.
Oh, nice.
But things changed when they finally noticed the knife that the assailant was holding. He told our hero that they were going to need a weapon of their own if they were going to subdue him, and thinking quickly, our man rushed to the trunk of his car, having recently dropped his son off at hurling practice, and armed himself with his son's hurling stick.
Nice.
He moved in and smashed the assailant over the head several times before his buddy moved in and put him into an ankle lock. Police soon moved in and took over. Meanwhile, a GoFundMe was put together by folks that want to celebrate the hero of Belfast and buy him a pint, which has already amassed the equivalent of 45,000 American dollars.
That's a lot of pints.
Yeah, that's right. The victim was taken to the hospital with a significant injury to their eye and are currently in serious condition at the hospital. I kind of hope some of the proceeds from that GoFundMe go to make sure that this guy's okay.
Yeah.
This guy with a knife, he had already messed up this guy pretty significantly, so it's I wouldn't mind seeing some of the proceeds go in that direction. Men's Room Sports with hockey and basketball wrapping up over the weekend, and the Mariners currently on the road. All we've got for you tonight is a little baseball on MLB and ESPN and more soccer over on FS1. As far as your weather, we are cooling things down a little bit tonight. We're expecting partly cloudy skies with a low of 59. Tomorrow they're predicting more partly cloudy skies with a high right around 71, so a little cooler tomorrow. That's it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Thanks for tomorrow on Sit and Spin. We have famous musicians that sing backup vocals on other artists' tracks that you maybe not know about. That's coming up on Sit and Spin tomorrow. Lovely Jolene is coming in seconds.
Yes, indeed, it's all true, but in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.